Hello, Ziggy. Hello. How are you? Go eat the food. I put food out for you. You can be our house guest for the night, okay?
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
It's 8 a.m. The plan is in motion, taking this trap out to the garage. So the trap is back with all the other traps. I'm not putting the trap that I'm using out yet, just because I have too many other things that need to get done right now. I'm going to put it out later. So this is not going to work as a cat shelter at all because the raccoons have been in it more than any of the cats. They've just been going in, smelling around, and then coming out. And if a bunch of cats were in there and a raccoon did that, that would not be a good thing. I have to clean up all of these plates from yesterday. There's Goldie, she's looking. Oh, there's Ziggy, she's looking. She's like, what's going on? I did see Goldie a little while ago. Oh, look at this, she's coming over. Coming over. She's hungry. So the goal for today is to give the cats some breakfast, but not a lot, so they're like totally stuffed. I'm trying to balance it where they're getting some food, but not enough so they're not going to be hungry later, and enough that they continue to be on their routine and come here for food. There's Ringo. Another reason I don't want to put the trap out now is because it feels like it's going to rain. It's quite cold out. It's probably like 50 degrees, and we had rain all day yesterday. We're not supposed to get rain today, but it feels like we're getting rain, so I'd rather not put the trap out until later. Look at this. Ziggy was by the back door. I'm putting together a platter of food for them. This is some Trader Joe's canned food and some dry food. And when I came to the door, Ziggy was right by the back door. She's looking like, what's going on? Are you going to feed me? And look who else is here. Boo's here. Hello. Hello, Ziggy. If I put this down, Boo's going to eat it. So I can't put it down. But Ziggy wants to look at it. So what I was going to say is that Boo has been getting better. He hasn't been howling at the cats like he did in previous videos. You okay, Boo? And last night was the debut of these kittens on YouTube. So that gives you an idea of how far behind we are with regards to filming and posting. What really set me back was my arm issue this summer in August. Right now it's the beginning of October and these cats first started coming around in the middle of August. So we're actually about maybe 6 or 7 weeks behind. Here's the food. I put it under the table and look at this, look at this. There goes Ziggy, she's really hungry. So I'll let them eat that and then I'll check on them. I have to go get the other cats ready for their day. Look at this. This is what I just came inside to see. They're all waiting for their breakfast. Feeding the cats outside has really disturbed their morning routine because first they're supposed to get brushed, then we're supposed to have playtime, then they eat. And that all happens after I give them fresh water and scoop out their litter. So they're gonna have to wait a few minutes. In the time it took me to refill all the water bowls inside and scoop out the litter, the cats outside finished all the food on the platter. I'm bringing out the second platter of food, and this might be it for their breakfast. There we go, it's under the table. Here's Goldie. And there's another cat somewhere over here. Oh, and who's coming out from under the fence? Is that little Eva? Okay, I'm gonna go inside because it's cold. I'll let them eat and then I'll let them go wherever they go. It's 8:50 a.m. Both of the platters of food were empty. They'd both been eaten. Here comes Goldie, and that's little Richard underneath here. So what happened was I looked outside and I was like, oh, both of the platters are empty. That's good. That's all the food I'm putting out. But I was walking past the back door and I looked out and little Richard was walking across the patio, and I had not seen him at the platters. Like, he was not one of the cats that were eating. So I was like, okay, I'll give him like a handful of dry food. I grabbed the dry food. I went outside. The minute I stepped outside, he started walking towards me. Not away from me, towards me. It was almost like he was going to greet me. And then after he walked maybe 4 feet towards me, he like remembered, oh no, I shouldn't be doing this. And then he turned around and he walked toward the table. So I put 2 handfuls of dry food under the table, and then that's it. That's all the food that's going out this morning. I want the cats to be hungry. And what I'm hoping to be able to do is put the trap out in the afternoon, maybe around 4 p.m. The cats normally have been eating dinner like around 6:30. And I want to put the trap out a little bit early because my hope is to catch one of the cats that is alone on the patio, so the other cats are not witnessing the event. And also that would reduce the chances of a cat being injured by the trap itself. Like, I don't want one cat going all the way into the trap and tripping the trap while another cat, for example, might just have their head and neck in the trap, in which case they would get hit by it. So in my mind, that's the plan for today, to put the trap out early and to easily catch one of the cats that are wandering around by themselves so none of the other cats witness it. So this morning I went out and I bought 2 packages of training pads. I got extra large, and then I got like, I guess, a large. Extra large is 28 inches by 30 inches, and the other ones are 23 inches by 24 inches. I also picked up a box of Kitten Attract cat litter. This is Dr. Elsie's cat litter, which I use for the cats. They like that one the best. And I'm going to put some of that in the little litter box. Hopefully the cat will use the litter if it has to relieve itself. There is the extension cage. I'm going to start getting this ready now. I just put a few sheets of newspaper on the bottom of this extension cage. I just cut one of these smaller training pads in half, and it fits very nicely in here. This is the Kitten Attract litter, and to me it does not smell any different than the rest of the Dr. Elsie litter. However, it is noticeably smaller. The pieces are noticeably smaller, so that's really interesting. I wish I would have known about this when Ditto was in here, because I was trying to find like finer, lighter litter for him. We tried a few different types that he did not like at all, so we ended up just using the Dr. Elsie's because he liked that one the best. So this is really interesting. It says kitten specific natural herbal attractant and texture. So this is the different texture for the kittens. And there it is in the extension cage. I put the door in the cage because I don't need any of the other cats getting into this. I'm actually thinking that today I might shut the door to this room, open up the window just to let some fresh air in, and then hopefully this afternoon bring a cat inside in a trap. You okay, Boo? We're getting ready for our house guest, right? We're gonna get ready for our house guest. We're gonna be a good host, right? You're gonna be a good host, right? Poor Boo loses his room. I have to make sure I give him lots of extra attention, right, Boo? You get lots of extra pets. It's almost 4 o'clock. I'm working on the trap. I'm really happy I bought some new traps because for some reason this trap, which is the old one, is not triggering. So I have to look into what I need to do. It might need some adjustments. But this trap is triggering really well. And I have the rug on the bottom, and then I have newspaper on top of that, and then I cut down one of the training pads, and that's in here. So I'm going to take this outside and start setting it up. I'm going to put some really stinky tuna, maybe some sardines on this end. I have 4 hours to trap a cat, so between now and 8 p.m. I need to get one of the cats in here. Here's the trap. It's all set. And on this end is some stinky sardines for cats. It's starting to rain a little bit right now, so I'm not happy about that. I put a towel over the top to protect it if it does just start raining a little bit more. That's the same towel that I used when I was trapping Ditto, so it's kind of like for good luck. I put the trap closer to the feeding table, so maybe that will help. I'm wondering if I might be able to put it under the feeding table because it's probably a perfect fit to go under there. But for now, I'm just going to leave it here. I'll check on it in a little while. I'm going to open up the window, so if this does trigger, I'll be able to hear it. I put a few pieces of dry food in the trap also. So we'll see what happens. I think I am going to clean off the kitchen table and then move my computer here so I could be closer and keep my eyes and ears open. I checked the security camera footage from today, and the only cats that have walked through the yard are Little Richard and Sammy. So it could be because the weather's quite cold. It's only like 50 degrees right now. It really feels like winter today. It could be they're all just hunkered down somewhere sleeping, maybe somewhere warm. I don't know where they go. I just looked out the window and we have two cats. We have Nancy and Goldie. I'd be happy to get either one of these. They're smelling. Is it going to be Goldie? Let's see if anyone's going to go in. I think both of these are girls. I could be wrong. Looks like Nancy's running out to the back. Maybe Goldie will go in. Please go in. I sprayed the towel with some pet remedy spray. So maybe that's throwing her off a little bit. If that's the case, I'll go remove the towel. But maybe she'll go back in. She's looking at it. She's thinking about it. I should probably shut the back door. Where's she gonna go? She's gonna drink water. This is what's happening at the back door. Boo's watching. Alright, she just ran to the back of the yard. I'm gonna go outside and remove that towel. I just remembered that I had some cooked chicken in the refrigerator, so I made like a trail of cooked chicken to the back, and we'll see if that lures a cat in. I also just shut the back door, so hopefully there will be no distractions next time. Okay, someone's here, under the table. I don't know who it is. He looks like a tortie. I just fed the inside cats, and then I came outside and I saw this. There's no chicken on it, but the trap was not tripped. Oh, the chicken blew off. There's chicken over here. I'm gonna take that out. I just put the entrance near the edge of the feeding table. We'll see what happens. There's Ziggy. Ziggy's coming out, so I'm gonna go inside. She just came over to the feeding table. She ran over to it and she's looking around. She's suspicious. Hello, Ziggy. Hello. How are you? Go eat the food. I put food out for you. You can be our house guest for the night, okay? You want to be our house guest? You could be our house guest. Go ahead. You could eat it. I'm not putting any food out until someone eats that food that's out there. I shut the back door so there are no distractions. I might put another plate of food closer to the door of the trap, like the open door, because maybe they'll go in, eat a little bit, and then move the rest of the way in. Here comes Sammy. Is Sammy going to be our first guest? Is he going to go in? He's smelling it. So we have our first guest, guys. He got a piece of chicken and he took it out. Okay, we're so close. He got another piece of chicken and he took it out. Oh, here it comes. Here's Nancy. Nancy's back. She ate a crunchy. There's some crunchies on the floor. Okay, Sammy, gotta go back in. Oh my God, we're so close to the trip plate. We're so close. He took it out. He ate another piece of chicken and took it out. Is he gonna go back for the sardines? If he goes back for the sardines, it should trip the trap. It's gonna freak Nancy out. Here we go, guys. Yep. We got him. I immediately came outside with the towel, and this is the towel with the pet remedy on it. I'm gonna put another cover over it. Nancy saw this. I want to bring him inside before the other cats realize what's going on. So he's flipping out. He's running from one side to the other. I'm just trying to get him inside to the holding room. I just brought him inside. Here's Stella and Splash. They're like, what's going on? Another cat's coming inside. And Boo is over here and he's very upset. So I just put the trap down because I just want the cat to calm down. Just be calm for a while. Then I'll come back in and set it up with the extension and with food and water. You okay? He's just hanging out right now. His eyes are really, really big. You're okay, baby. You're okay. Okay? You relax. Relax, then I'll come back and I'll give you some more food, okay? Here's the cat, and he's surprisingly calm right now. Like, just totally chilling out. I don't know if you could see him, because it's kind of dark. I didn't put any big lights on or anything. He's just sitting here, hanging out. So, I'm going to put the cover back on, and I'm going to come back in a little while. I just want him to relax. I just sprayed a little bit more of the pet remedy on the cover, and we're just going to stay calm the rest of the night, stay quiet, and now I could put some food out for the other cats outside. And this is what's going on in here. There's like a coffee clutch. They already ate their dinner. I'm happy I fed them early because I was hoping that something like this would happen. So It's starting to rain now. I'm putting out a can of Wholehearted salmon pate with some dry cat food on it. Now that one of the cats has been trapped, I could feed the rest. So I just connected the litter box cage. I put the fork in vertically. The cat is just very chill right now, not trying to escape or anything. So it was pretty easy to do. So I'm going to cover this, put a cover on that, and I'll recover that. I'm going to put some food together for him. There's the sardines, but I know he really likes the chicken. For all I know, it could be a girl. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy. I'm thinking it's a boy, but it could be either. That's why its name is Sammy. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some chicken together for it and some water, and then I'll put the food. I was going to put it on the other side of this trap, but now I'm thinking maybe I'll just put it here. Maybe I'll take out that training pad that's like all bunched up, and maybe I'll put it here instead of having to scoot the cat over. I just put the fork through the trap right here, and there's the cat. It's just totally hanging out. It looks so cute. What a cute cat. I can't even. So I'm gonna put the food in the water right here. So there's the plated chicken. There's some water. It's in the way if the cat wants to go use the litter. The litter's over there. But it's not too close to the litter. It's a good distance away, I would say. It's almost a foot away from the litter. And there's the newspaper kind of bunched up. The rug on the bottom got pushed up a little. I would like to push it back, like pull it back. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put my fingers in this trap while the cat's, freaked out. Hello. I'm very glad that I did use the training pads here on the bottom, even inside the crate. So this training pad that was inside the crate is actually full of sardines. The sardines that were on that plate got, when the cat was freaking out, they just got tossed everywhere. And then even here, there's, sardines everywhere. So, yeah, I'm just going to put the cover back on, leave the room, let the cat chill out. So this is how I'm leaving it right now. I'm kind of debating whether I go to the supermarket and buy more chicken, just to have on hand for future trapping. I put a second platter of food out, so that should be enough outside for a while. And I really wish I could put a camera on what's going on inside that trap, but I don't think I can because I don't have any extras that I could hook up. So when Ditto was in that room, I had one of the security cameras pointed at the crate, but it was a bigger crate than this, and also was not covered. I knew Ditto so much better than I know this cat. This cat and I are practically strangers. I'm just a stranger who feeds this cat. When Ditto came inside, like, he and I were at least friends. We're on friendly terms. And then when he spent his 30 days inside, like, we became really good friends because then he let me pet him, and, he was purring all the time, and he really, like, opened up. This cat, we're strangers. I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how calm the cat is right now. So we'll see how the rest of the night goes. Okay, I just came in to check. The chicken is still there. So the cat is not in the trap. Is he in this side? Oh, he's laying in the litter box. Look, he's laying in the litter box. It has the kitten attract scent. So maybe it attracted him. Maybe he feels like he's outside in the dirt. That's good, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this side then. That's what I'm going to do. So I put the divider in. So I move the paper down, and there's the food and the water, and I have a bunch of these leftover baby blankets from the Dollar Tree that I bought when Ditto was here. Ditto used to love to lay in these. I put these on my lap, and Ditto would crawl into my lap and lay in these. So I'm going to put that on this side of the trap, so if the cat wants to get comfortable, it can. So there we go. I put the blanket in there. There's food and water. And then the cat's laying in the litter box. You okay? You okay, baby? You're a very pretty cat. You're very pretty. Sammy, I want you to know that you are safe, okay? You're safe. No one's going to hurt you. We want to help you, okay? You're going to go for a ride tomorrow. You're going to meet some nice people, and they're going to try to help you too, okay? Okay? So you could just eat your chicken. You could stay calm. I'm happy you like to lay in the litter. Okay? I got to take your food away at 8 o'clock. Right now it's about 6:20, okay? So you have a little bit more than an hour to eat the food. If you're hungry. I know you're probably not hungry because you're in a strange place. But if you're hungry, you could eat your food. But I gotta take it away at 8, okay? Alright? Good? Okay. Alright, I'll put the cover back on. So I'm definitely happy that I got the extensions for the trap, and I am very, very happy that they got here in time before the appointment. So far so good. Let's hope the rest of the night goes well also. I'm going to try to go to bed early, just keep the house nice and calm. Right now the cats are watching nature videos in the living room. That usually keeps their attention for a while, and then I hope tomorrow morning goes well. It's completely dark in this room, so I just put on this little light that I had for Ditto, and it's an LED light. It looks much, much brighter on the camera than it is in person. It has 3 settings, so I just put it on the lowest setting. And I'm just gonna put it there. He's still hanging out on the litter. You okay, baby? You can relax. You can get some sleep. Okay. You're okay. And none of the food has been eaten, so I need to remove the food soon. I found out that I could leave it in here until about 9 o'clock, so I'll probably do that, give him a chance to eat. You want some different food? You want some sardines? You want something stinkier than the chicken? Do you think Sammy might like a squeeze up? Sammy, would you like a squeeze up? Would you like a squeeze up? I don't want to scare you. I have a little spoon. I'll put a little bit on the spoon for you. But cats like this a lot. Would you like some? Would you want some? You want to lick it on the spoon? So I was expecting the cat to really kind of swat at me, but it didn't. It just, it's kind of looking at it. There, I rested it on the side. Do they want to eat it or no? Everyone likes squeeze ups. Everyone likes squeeze ups. You don't want to eat it? You don't want to eat the squeeze up? You don't want to eat it? You're so pretty. You're so cute. What a cute cat. I don't know if you guys could actually see anything. This is such a cute cat. Would you like to squeeze up? Do you want to eat it directly from here? Want it from the squeezy pouch? No? Would you like it here? No? You want me to put it over here? He moved over a little bit. He's like watching this with his eyes. You want me to put it here on your food? I just put it on the chicken. I put it on the chicken so he could eat it. You want to eat it on your chicken? It's food. Here, you want it on your chicken? Here. There's chicken here. Want this? It's smelling it. You don't want it? You don't want it. I know. I know you're stressed out. I know you're stressed out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But you'll be okay. You're warm and you're safe, right? You're safe, you're warm. You're okay. Okay, you don't want it? Okay, I'll take it away. One more try. You want it? No? I put it on your food, okay? I put it on your food. You could eat it if you want it. There's some squeezy on your food. And if you eat it, I could give you more. Okay? Do you want it? No? Now you want it? You want it? No? You want it here? You like squeezies. You like squeezies. Come on. Here you go. Yeah, I'll give you more. Do you want a churro instead? Yeah. Want it? Will you eat the food? You want me to shut the light? Okay, I shut the light. I'm gonna leave the lamp here on the floor. And at least he's facing toward the food right now. Maybe he'll go over and eat it now that there's some squeeze ups on it. It's 11:30 p.m. Sammy's not happy. So when I come in the room, he starts crying. And before he pulled this entire thing into the trap here with him. You okay, honey? What's the matter? You want me to leave the cover off? You want me to leave the cover off? He knocked the litter out of, I mean, it's all over the place. It's like all over here. Look, there's a ton of litter back here. There's litter over here. Look at this. It's in the water bowl. You want me to take the water bowl out? What's the matter, honey? You want me to sleep in here with you? You want me to sleep in here with you? I was thinking that like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, that's when he would start howling. Or she. Because that's usually when the cats would want to go out and prowl around. But, yeah, it started a little while ago. I came in, I adjusted the cover, but it just started again. I haven't been able to get any sleep. I've been trying to get to bed early, but it hasn't been working. Okay? You want me to hang out with you? You scared? You scared? You stressed? Yeah. Might be hungry too. But I had to take the food away. I'd put fresh water in, but I think that'd stress him out even more. Let me see if I could get a bowl of fresh water and put it in. But to do that, I'll have to put the fork in here. Boo's on the other side of the door, I could hear him. You alright, honey? You want me to stay in here with you? I'd have to get a blanket. So it's around midnight right now, and the only way to keep him from crying is to feed him a little bit of food on a spoon. So he ate a churro, a squeeze up, and I've been giving him a little bit of the beef baby food that Ditto used to like. He's been eating it off the spoon. So I put it on this baby spoon, and I put it through the crate, and he's licking it off. So I'm hoping he'll just have enough to keep him calm and get some sleep, because this is what Ditto used to do. When Ditto first came inside, he'd start howling in the middle of the night, and I figured out finally that it was because he was hungry and he wanted food. So I'm not giving this cat any solid food because, it's not supposed to be eating for 12 hours ahead of the operation. So I'm only giving it this very liquidy food, but it's so hungry. It's licking up like every last bit. Like it's cleaning the spoon. I'm only going to give it half of a jar, and then we'll see if we can get some sleep. It's 5:55 a.m. I just got up about 10 minutes ago. Stella just woke up. She was sleeping in the penthouse. Here's Simba and Boo. All the cats are kind of on edge because Sammy started flipping out last night. And the last time I checked on him, he pretty much destroyed everything that was in the trap. Like, he dug all of the litter out of the little litter box, and everything was all just tossed around. He was really trying to get out of that trap, and he was making a lot of noise when he was trying to do that. So he was also, crying and howling. So it was not good, but it reached the point where I was like, well, I can't really do anything to soothe him. I can't be awake all night with him. I needed to get some sleep so I could physically function today. So I think I might have fallen asleep around 1:30 in the morning, which would have given me about 4 hours of sleep, because I woke up today a little bit before 5:30, and I tried to hit a snooze button. And now I got the 3 cats. So I'm going to get dressed, and then I'm going to check on Sammy. I feel like once I start checking on him, he might start wanting to break out and start meowing and howling again. hopefully he did not injure himself last night, and I don't think there was anything in the trap that could have hurt him, so hopefully everything is okay. Right, guys? It's 6:45 a.m. All the cats are up and they're like, what's going on? I just checked on Sammy. He's been quiet, which is good. And he is in the trap portion of his cage area. And he's laying on the blanket. I put, one of Ditto's baby blankets in there, one of the ones from the Dollar Tree. So he's laying on that. Everything is all disheveled. There's litter everywhere. The litter box is pretty much empty. He emptied it out. Yeah, the blanket's in the water. It's just a mess. So I think what I'm going to do is go in there, clean it up a bit, and give him some fresh water. He has no water to drink right now. It's now 7:30 a.m. The cats have been fed, and I'll take care of the rest of the cat chores when I get back. And this is what's going on in here. This is all the dirty stuff that was in the trap and the transfer cage. So this is the towel that I had on top, and then this is some of the torn up newspaper. This is the torn up training pad, and look at this. This is all torn up. So yeah, he was really struggling last night. He had a challenging night. I've cleaned out the transfer cage, so there's some newspaper and there's a training pad. I'm hoping to use this to take him to the vet. And there he is now. He's so cute. He's just like hanging out. I gave him fresh water, but I think he's too stressed out to eat. So what I had to do to get him over here versus here, because this is where he was hanging out, I had to just tilt up the top of the edge here, and he went over there. So I'm hoping I could just tilt up this edge and he'll go over there, because this is really, I'd like to take him to the vet in this transfer cage. It's smaller, it's more portable, and I think he'll feel better in it. He'll feel more secure. So I keep calling this a fork, but it's actually called an isolator. And I was able to move him out of that corner. He didn't want to move. So I put the fork in from the top and I angled it like that part of the trap is angled. And I just gently scooted him and he ran right over. So I have the isolator in here now. It definitely works better when you put it through horizontally. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the connector and put the other door in, secure it, and then we're ready to go. So far, mission is accomplished. We're exactly where we want to be right now. The next step is to take him out to the car and to head over to the vet. I don't want to go too early because they don't open until 8, and I don't really feel like sitting in the car with a cat that's freaking out. I don't know how he's going to be in the car. I don't know if he's going to start howling and freaking out or if he's just going to be really quiet and scared. So I'm going to leave myself just enough time to get there. Even if I'm 5 minutes late, I don't think it's going to make a difference because they don't open until 8, and then I'm sure I'm not going to be the only one there. And they're going to have, like, I hope there's not a lot of paperwork. So we're on our way to the vet, and he's being really quiet right now, which is kind of eerie to me. I don't know, I guess I prefer it when cats howl all the way, because usually when they don't, it means they're not feeling very well. Well, he's obviously totally stressed out. It's raining, it's cold out, the weather's really bad, and yeah, hopefully we'll be there soon. I am very thankful that I ordered these transfer cages because it's just so much easier transferring him in this versus the larger trap. So we just made it to the vet's office. Sammy has not made a peep in the car, so I hope everything is going to go okay today. So I just dropped Sammy off. It was really nice. I got to speak to the vet and the vet techs. They were all super nice. They explained everything that they were going to do. So he or she is going to get a rabies shot, distemper. They're going to be spayed, neutered, TNR'd. I told them to go really lightly on the ear tip. and I have to call back in the afternoon, and they said I could come back and pick up him or her between 4 and 6. So fingers crossed everything goes well. They're going to give he or she a full exam. So I'm sitting here in my car and I'm waiting for a store to open. It's not even 9 a.m. yet. And I want to talk about how broken the TNR system in the state of New Jersey is. So I dropped Sammy off at the vet, and I was quoted a certain price over the phone, which was in addition to the amount of money that I spent on these certificates from this animal group. So I paid money for these certificates, like I think it was like $130 for the male, $185 for the female. And these are spay neuter certificates. They're supposed to give you a discounted rate on spays and neuters. Now, I did something like that with Stella, Splash, and Simba. I ordered the certificates online, which I think were probably like half the price that they are now. And when I took them in to get the spay and neuter, it wasn't all that much more than what I paid for the certificates. It was, I don't know, maybe $100 more. It was not much more, maybe $200 more maximum. So after I drop Sammy off, after I leave, I get a phone call, and it's the animal hospital. And they're like, well, we just want to go over the billing with you and let you know that the total cost is going to be $730. I was like, is that before you take off the amount of money for the certificates, or is that with the certificates? And she's like, that's in addition to the certificates. So I already paid either $130 or $185, and they're going to charge me another $730 on top of that. So we're talking nearly $1,000 to get a TNR done. So I was like, well, that's not what you guys told me over the phone. Over the phone, I was quoted $300 or $400. You know, that's a big difference. So then she tells me, well, it's because it's a TNR and we have to charge, it's like $200 to sedate the cat before they can even do anything to it. And then they charge like for the ear tip, and like she was like going over everything. And I was like, okay. And I was like, okay. I was not going to be like, no, I'm not doing it. And then going back and, you know, taking the cat. I was like, okay, do whatever you need to do, whatever. It's fine. Whatever. I was like, I'll just rethink all the additional surgeries that I have to get done. So that was the end of that conversation. And then she calls me back like 5 minutes later to tell me they're going to give me a discount. They're going to do the ear tipping for free. So that'll bring it down to $610. So it was like $120 for an ear tipping. $120 to tip a cat's ear. Ridiculous. I mean, absolutely crazy. So where it stands right now is they're going to charge me $610 on top of the money that I paid for the certificates. What's bothering me most of all is that there's no transparency here. When I called them to schedule this, they didn't tell me how much it was going to be. They give me an estimate of $300 to $400. Now they're telling me that it's actually twice the cost of what they quoted me on the phone. So that's ridiculous. And obviously anyone who has to deal with more than like 1 or 2 cats, this adds up really fast. Thankfully, I have this YouTube channel and I have the Patreon, and I do put money aside for an emergency fund. So I am more capable than many other people to cover the costs of these surgeries, even though it is a stretch. But for an average person to do this kind of stuff, I mean, it's completely cost prohibitive. On top of the fact that animal control has a waiting list 5 pages long, so I'm going to be lucky if they even get back to me by December. And the other rescue group only can give me 2 tickets, and the earliest appointments I could get from them is the end of December, which is 3 months away. We're dealing with a serious problem here in New Jersey, specifically Bergen County, where I'm located. A very serious TNR problem, a very serious spay and neuter problem. Like, the system is completely overwhelmed, and it needs to be reworked and potentially just remanaged, reorganized. I mean, something is being done wrong somewhere. Maybe they're not having enough fundraisers. I don't know. It is absolutely ridiculous that if someone wants to have a TNR done, they can't go through any local rescues because the rescues can't handle it. And then they have to schedule everything themselves, and then they have to pay for it all out of pocket themselves. Things are broken. Things are very, very broken. It's ridiculous. It's about 10 a.m. right now. I just got home a few minutes ago and I started cleaning up the room, and I'm going to reuse whatever I can reuse because Sammy's already going to be comfortable with whatever is out here. Like, I don't want to introduce new smells if I don't have to. So I'm going to reuse these training pads. They didn't absorb anything. They're just, you know, a little worn out from being under the recovery cage or the transport cage. And I stopped off at the Dollar Tree on the way home, and I bought some more of these plastic containers, and I scooped up whatever litter was scoopable outside of, you know, where it was all over the place. And I put it back in here. He did not pee or poop at all last night, or maybe she, I don't know if it's a he or she. So this is all reusable. And if it's a male cat, they suggest using shredded newspaper in a litter box when it comes back. So I do have a shredder in my garage, so I'm gonna go out and shred some newspaper in a little while. Meanwhile, I am going to vacuum up this mess, clean everything else up the best I can clean it up, and get on with my day. It's 10:15. I put a platter of crunchies out because it's raining, and it looks like it's Ringo and Nancy. Yeah, and they finished the whole platter, so I'm gonna put more dry food out. I figure if the dry food gets wet, it just gets softer, and if I put wet food out, you know, sometimes when wet food gets even more wet, the cats don't even eat it. It's 11:45 a.m. and Simba was nudging me. He's like, get off the computer. I've been doing lots of research and making more phone calls with regards to getting the cats spayed and neutered. And look who's on the bed right now. It's Splash, Boo, and Stella. It's the perfect day to spend laying in bed and sleeping. It's cold, it's rainy, it's just a yucky day. So I've been calling around to local vets and animal hospitals to see who can do TNRs for feral cats. Some just say no, they can't do it. Others say, one of them said they could do it, but the earliest would be mid-November, which is about 6 weeks from now. And then another one just kept me on hold for like 15 minutes. I was like, okay, that's not good. And then another one, I found out that the main vet is one of the people that do the majority of cat declawing in this state. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to support a vet that declaws cats. That's not going to happen. I contacted another rescue group. One of my neighbors gave me a heads up about them, so we'll see if they get back to me. They say that they're not intaking any cats or kittens at this time. They're full. So I'm just trying to get information with regards to spaying and neutering from them. And then I also applied for another spay-neuter program. I'm waiting to hear back from them. So it should not be this difficult for someone to spay and neuter feral cats. It should not be this difficult to TNR cats. It's ridiculous because if I'm having these issues, there's really no wonder why just like an average person would have even worse issues who, you know, doesn't normally deal with this kind of stuff. So there's a serious, serious problem around here. And what this whole experience is doing is it's really like opening my eyes to what a horrible problem there is. I knew there was a vet shortage, but the issue with like all the local rescues and animal helping organizations, it's just really backlogged and it's very unorganized. It's it's just horrible. And a lot of the information on the internet is no longer correct. So you'll be referred to a list of providers, and then some might be out of business. Some might no longer be handling this kind of stuff. It's just all over the place, and it's not right. What it has also done is really alerted me to like which organizations I will no longer be donating to. So in the past, I've donated whether it's food or money or cat items or items that the cats don't need or don't use. I've donated to pretty much almost every local organization around here in some way over like the past, I don't know, 10 years. And now like my eyes are really open to who I will no longer be supporting. It's about 12 p.m. and I was just out in the garage shredding a bunch of newspaper. So hopefully this will be fine. They're really, really long shreds. That's how the shredder does it. It's kind of an old shredder. So I'm going to put this in one of those litter box trays that I bought. I bought like 5 more today. And if it's a boy, they say if it's a boy, you should do the newspaper, and then if it's a girl, they could just use regular litter. As far as Splash, Simba, and Stella, they just use regular litter and there are no problems. My concern is that because this is a very small space and the cat was actually laying in the litter box, I think even if it is a girl, I'm going to use the shredded paper either way. I think it'll just be better for the incision. So one other thing that I bought today were these bowls. I found these in the local supermarket and I measured them across. I took them to the aisle that has like the notebooks and the rulers, and I measured them across and they should be less than 10 inches across. So I'm going to see if these fit in the trap. So obviously they fit if I put them this way, which might be nice. The cat could then like walk past them versus bowls here, then the cat has to walk over them. So I think maybe that'll be the plan. I'm just trying to think what's going to be the neatest option. I'm glad I used the ceramic water bowls, because if I was not using ceramic, if I used something lighter, they'd probably be tipped all over the place and it would have been a bigger mess than it was. So I'm hoping that even though this is plastic, if it has water in it and if there's food in it, then it's just going to be bigger and harder to just kind of make a giant mess. And it should be easier to clean up just, removing this one piece. But I do like to have options, so that's why I picked up everything that I picked up the other day. I'd rather have options available, especially if they're inexpensive options, than be stuck with a situation where I don't have options. It's 2 p.m. and I just called the vet to check in on Sammy, and they told me that she's resting comfortably. And I said, so does that mean she's a girl? And she looked at the paperwork and she says, well, it says spayed. So she's like, I guess so. And I was like, okay, well, that's good to know. So what I'm finding as I talk to these vets' offices and animal hospitals is that the people that answer the phones don't always give you the correct information, then they don't always know everything that's going on around them. So it's always better to ask a lot of questions and to be very specific with your questions, and then to even ask them to go check. Because I was talking to one vet today, a vet's office, and the woman who answered the phone was like, no, we don't do TNRs. And we were talking about additional costs, and she's like, well, and then if the cat's feral, it costs more money for a sedative. And I was like, oh, okay, so you do TNRs. And she goes, well, no, we don't really do that. I said, well, what about an ear tip? Do you guys do ear tips? She goes, I don't think we do. I said, can you check? So she goes and she checks, and then she comes back and she goes, oh yeah, we do ear tips. And she gave me the pricing, and she goes, so yeah, we do TNR. These people, I'm like, what is wrong with everything? Like right now I'm in the mood where like, what is wrong with everything? Because I don't know. I don't understand why people are not given the correct information or don't bother to find out the correct information. I don't get it. Like, it's like when you go to a retail store and there are people there and you ask them for help and they're like, well, I just work here, I don't know. Yeah, well, you just work here. It means you should know, you should find out, and you should educate yourself about that. So, yeah, I think the weather is really not helping my mood today, and also the lack of sleep is not helping my mood today. But I'm really happy that hopefully the surgery went well, everything will go smoothly. The fact that Sammy is a girl means she's going to potentially spend more time in recovery than if she was a boy. So I'm just taking it one day at a time. We're going to see how it goes. People are giving me information that's completely contradictory to each other. Some people are saying, oh, when a girl gets back, you don't need to keep her inside at all, which is wrong, because if they're still under anesthesia, you should at least keep them inside for 24 hours. Other people are saying, well, you should keep them inside for up to a week just to make sure their incisions are healing properly. And other people are saying, no, you don't want to do that. You only want to do 48 hours because it's too stressful on the cat. So, I mean, it's just such a range of information. So all I'm going to do is take one day at a time and see what the situation brings and act accordingly. Obviously, if the cat is freaking out every night, it's going to go outside sooner than if it was more calm, because I don't want it to hurt itself. I don't want it to potentially rip out any stitches. One thing that the vet did tell me is that they're going to use stitches that don't need to be removed. So hopefully it'll be like Stella stitches, where they just like dissolve on their own, and maybe surgical glue. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I get to pick her up at 5 p.m. So here is the trap, and here's what I just did. I just put one of those containers that I'm using as a litter box filled up with the shredded newspaper, and I put it in the trap portion. And what I'm thinking is she's going to get back, she's going to be in the transfer cage, and I just want her to be as comfortable as possible. So I'd rather her just hang out in the transfer cage and not have to move if she doesn't want to. And then if she wants to, she can come over here and lay in this container with the paper. What I also realized is that these plastic containers remind me very much of the other plastic containers from the Dollar Tree that were a bit bigger that I had outside for Stella and the kittens, and they used them as beds. And when Stella first came inside, she slept in them as a bed. And I used them as cat beds for quite a while because the cats just really, really like sleeping in them. So I'm thinking maybe that's why she was also laying in the box yesterday. And it had litter in it, so it was very comfortable for her. It was clean. It reminded her of the dirt outside. So I'm not doing litter. I'm just doing the shredded paper. That should be okay, hopefully. If I need to, I could always then, like if she ends up laying in here, and if I needed to, I could then put another one in this transfer cage. So I have this one and I have 4 others. I bought some extras, and if I need to go to the Dollar Tree and buy even more, I can. They didn't have many left though, so I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm just going to see how this goes. This is going to be a new experience for her as well as me, and every cat is going to be different. That's what I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating every cat having different behaviors and quirks and personalities and issues. So, you know, what she's dealing with now and the way she's behaving will probably be different than the other cats. So we'll see. It is 3:30 p.m. and I forgot to defrost raw food for the cats, so I remembered that I have frozen salmon in my freezer, and the cats have not had any cooked fish in a while. Like, they've had canned cat food made from fish, but they haven't had any freshly cooked fish in a while. So I am making 3 pieces. I figure we could have a celebratory dinner with Sammy. When I talked to the vets earlier today, they said just to feed her smaller portions when she gets home. So I'm hoping she likes fresh salmon. Plus, salmon is anti-inflammatory. It's high in omega-3s. So I figure it will be good for her healing also. I'm making 3 pieces because every time I cook fish for the cats, I always underestimate, and I feel like I always make too little. So this time, hopefully I'm making enough, if not too much, and I'll have leftovers. So I'm putting this in my Hot Logic. It's about 6:30 p.m. right now. I connected the cage and the trap, and I gave her one of the churros just to see if she'll eat that, and I gave her some water, and I'm gonna just let her chill out and just relax, and I'll come back in a little while. I'll see if she ate that. If she did, I'll give her a little bit more food, and if she didn't eat that, I'll see if she wants to eat off the spoon like she did yesterday. It's about 7:30 p.m. and she did not eat any of the food that I put in the bowl. I put a squeeze up, I put a churro in the bowl, and I gave her some water. She didn't touch any of it. I'm feeding her a squeeze up on this little baby spoon through the crate, and she's enjoying it. I can't film it because I want to keep her as much under the covers as possible, so I'm lifting them up just a tiny bit and sticking the spoon in. So I just lifted the cover up too high and she got freaked out, so she's walking very slowly down to this end. Maybe she's laying in the litter box. I'm gonna take a look. I'm just opening up the bottom only like an inch or two. Okay, so she doesn't want to eat anything, but she's resting and she looks okay. So I took most of the salmon and tuna that I was gonna feed her, and I dropped it into the food bowl from the top of the trap, and so hopefully she'll remain calm and we'll see what happens. Hopefully tonight will be a nice quiet night. Also, I put a gate back on the door because some of the other cats are way too interested and they are like banging on the door. At least they were last night. Here's Boo. So that'll keep them from trying to put their paws under the door and making the door move and bang. It's 6 a.m. This is what's going on. She was quiet all night. You okay? You okay, honey? So she moved all this around because she was trying to get out. I watched the security camera footage earlier. I just gave her water and I gave her a Shiba because Stella loves Shibas. They're kind of stinky. I'm trying to give her some food here. Like, she's obviously not happy. So what I was saying was that I looked at security camera footage from overnight and she spent 2 hours trying to get out of this trap in this cage. I did put a security camera underneath the cover on this side, so I could see pretty much this half of the trap. Okay, she's eating from the spoon. Good. She had a churro and a squeeze up, and I tried putting the spoon through here, but she won't go here. She feels safe in this part. I'll get you some more, okay? I'll be right back. I just brought in a Shiba, and the piece fell on the floor. Here, it's on the floor. Eat it off the floor. She only wants to eat off the spoon. Here. Eat the piece on the floor. Here. She doesn't want to eat out of the bowl. She doesn't want to go to that other part of the trap. At least she's eating. I'm happy she's eating. She's very hungry. I'm trying to feed her like food that's really wet, which is why I was giving her the churros and the squeeze-ups. Trying to direct her to the food on the ground. She's really enjoying this. She's biting the spoon, kind of. But that's okay. She's just very hungry. She really did not eat much yesterday when she came back. Maybe she ate like a little bit of a squeeze up. Okay, maybe she smells the other food. I put the cover back on so she could go there. She's such a nice cat. She's a very, very nice cat, and with some work and training, she would be an amazing house cat. You know, none of the outside cats were happy when they first came inside, and obviously they're not going to be happy when they're in a cage like this and confined. So when I was watching the security camera footage overnight, and I was watching her trying to bust out of this cage, you know, being empathic, all I felt was her confinement and how trapped she feels, like how confined and restricted she feels. I felt so bad for her, and she definitely wants out. And I can't blame her because, you know, her life has been the great outdoors and all that freedom, and now for her to be so confined and so constricted, especially with the cover on the trap, I mean, that just makes it, I think it makes it worse, and I felt like she felt like it made it worse because it does feel more confining. And I know they say that feral cats, you know, oh, it keeps them calm and they like it better, but, you know, I don't know. If I didn't have that security camera pointed at this trap all night, I would not know that she spent 2 hours struggling to get out, because I would think, oh, she was quiet all night, everything was fine. She just wasn't making enough noise to wake me up or to wake the other cats up, because they were all like sleeping somewhere in my room, either in the penthouse or on the bed or something. So it wasn't until this morning around 6 a.m. when she started meowing that, you know, we were alerted to something. So she's really enjoying this, and I think she's starting to pay a little bit of attention to the other bowl of food. I don't want to give her too much at once. They said to just give her like a third of her normal food. All right, so this is good for now. That's a Shiba. That's good, right? You done? So at the vet, they put the towel in here, which is nice. Maybe I'll do that for the next one. Instead of just a wee pad, I'll put a towel. Okay, you want more food? You want a little baby food? It's cold. And try that. It's very cold. It's from the refrigerator. I think I'm gonna get, let me go get another Shiba for you, okay? Actually, you know what? I don't want to give her too much food, but she's really, really hungry. She didn't eat yesterday. All right, go eat out of here. Here. Come here. I'm putting the spoon here to direct her to the food. Here. Here. I just put some baby food on the spoon. I'm waving it around near the bowl. She sees it, but she's like afraid of that part. And she's looking at the cover. She's like, what's that cover? Want it? Come on. But you'll eat it here? Yeah, she'll eat it here. She doesn't want to go there. I'm going to take the cover off completely and see if she'll go to the other side. So she only... Okay, look. Is she gonna go? Is she gonna drink the water? I took the cover off entirely. She keeps looking at the window. Obviously, they're so smart. They know they want to go out. Okay, you gonna eat the food? What I was thinking of doing is using the isolator to push her back a little. If I push her back enough that I could then fit the food and water here, she could eat it on this side. She's afraid to go into this side. Come on, you want to come over here? Come on. Come over here. Here. The problem is that they make it too narrow here for me to get it through. Look, she's trying to eat it through. It's so narrow. Okay, here. There we go. There you go. All right, I'll shut the window. I'll shut the window. I know, it's horrible. I'm with you on this. I'm with you. I think it's horrible. Here. So if I put it in vertically, it does go through. Come on. Come on over here. Come over here. Drink your water. Come on, drink water. Come on, you could do it. You could do it. Come on. You could do it. Here. Well, the nice thing about the baby food is it does stick to the spoon in a like vertical position. The Shiba would just fall off. Here. Okay. Come on. You could do it. Don't be afraid. Come here. Come here. Yeah, it's a nice room. It's a nice room. You've almost graduated. You've almost graduated. Do you know you've almost graduated? You're almost there. Tonight will be 24 hours in here. Tomorrow will be 48 hours. And then we can let you out on Friday. I don't want to let her out at night. And I'd rather wait until daytime on Friday. You okay? You're doing so good. You're doing so good. Okay. Let me see if I could scoot you over and I'll give you your food and water over here, okay? Okay. Okay. So I just isolated her in this part just to be sure she's not going to run out of like this cage and the trap, because if she runs out of the cage and the trap, I don't know how I'm going to get her back in. So the cage part is actually a little wider than the trap part, so these fit absolutely perfectly. She let me position it. I had my fingers all around there, and she was not trying to swat at me or anything. She's just being really patient. And I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I'm not telling anyone else to do anything that I'm doing. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I'm just documenting this journey. That's all. So all I need to do is pull out this divider, and then she'll have access to the food and water. Let's see if she'll eat and drink now that it's in this little transfer cage where she feels safer. So I tried giving her some food with the spoon. She doesn't want to eat it. You know, it's new for her to have this here. At least she's quiet. I just want her to be quiet. Hopefully the painkiller is still working. They said they gave her a 24-hour painkiller. She had the Convinia injection. So hopefully that's working. It seems like the the anesthesia is worn off. Maybe she'll get some sleep now that she ate a little bit of food. That's what's going on here. Maybe I'll put the divider in here and try to straighten this up a little bit. It's kind of a mess. So this is where I had the security camera pointed last night. I put it at this end. I thought it would be able to see through the entire thing, but because of this wire in between, it only saw until around here, so it saw like half of it, but I was definitely able to see what was going on in this half, and I'm glad I had the camera there. Okay, so I straightened out this side. I pulled the rug closer this way and straightened up the newspaper mess. I'm still thinking about swapping that out with the cat litter. I also don't know how much she's been eating. Like, I know yesterday all day I mean, all she had was a squeeze up. And then the day before, when she was in the trap, all she had was a jar of baby food and a squeeze up and a churro. That potentially might be all she ate all day. I don't know if she ate anything earlier in the day. I don't know if she pooped before I trapped her. Like, I don't know what she did. So it's really hard to tell. I'm just happy she's calm and quiet. That's the goal. She's probably happy that she ate some food and there's food right in front of her. Like, I'd be completely happy if she just hung out here with her food and water. Maybe she's waiting for me to leave. I want to say that look at this. I'm really close. I'm kind of at her level. I'm like crouched really low. So what I was going to say is that I met the vet and the vet techs before they did her surgery, and they seemed really nice. The vet seemed really knowledgeable. He's a pretty young vet, and he was just, you know, he seemed very professional with everything he told me, and I asked him to be pretty conservative with the ear tipping, and they did a very nice job with that. I don't know if you could see it. Can you see her? I don't know what it's focusing on, guys, but they did a very nice job on her left ear. At least I think they did. They took a little bit off. It reminds me of Boo's. I mean, Boo's was not done properly because it was bleeding for weeks afterward. But with hers, they definitely took some off so you could see it, but it's not like an excessive amount, which I was explaining to them. I was like, you know, you okay? She was looking out the window again, but I shut the curtains. So she's had enough food now. That'll be 2 Shibas, a squeeze up, and a churro. But you see she ate it because I put it here. What are you looking at? You looking around the room? I know you want to go outside. I know you want to go out. I'll move that out of your way. I know you want to go out. And you're doing so good. You're doing so good. I'm thinking maybe I'll put some chicken broth in here. Not right now. No. You're okay. I know. You want me to put your cover on? I'll put the cover back on. Let me put your cover back on, okay? So I sprayed the cover with some pet remedy, which helps to calm the cats. And I sprayed that with some pet remedy. So hopefully she'll calm down a little bit. I need to start my day. She had enough food for now. She had 2 Shibas. I could always give her food in a little while. I don't want to give her too much at once. So I'm just going to leave her like this. I'm going to shut the light off. I need to bring a smaller lamp in here or plug in the Christmas lights. When Ditto was in here, I had Christmas lights. It gave it just like a nice glow in here, like enough to see and everything. So, okay, you just want to poke out here? You want more food? You have food in your bowl, okay? You're good here? You want me to leave you a little window? Cats like windows. I'll leave you a window. You want a window? Okay. All right. So right now she's quiet. She likes her little window. And I'm going to go clean this up and start my day. I'm actually happy she woke me up when she did because I didn't set an alarm today. I totally forgot. And so it was good that she woke me up. I got some pretty good sleep last night. Not as much as I would like, but enough. Here's Boo. He was right outside the door. He's very concerned. He's very concerned because we know how Boo is with meowing kittens, right, Boo? He is very upset. It's 7:10 a.m. I just got out of the shower and I came into the room and she's out of the trap. She's out of the trap, guys. How does this happen? This is secured. This is secured. This is secured. This is all secured. That's all secured. How does a cat get out of this trap? Like, this is not funny. How the hell did this cat get out of this trap? She's underneath the day sofa right now. There's no way for a cat to get out of this trap. This is like Boo when Boo got out of the carrier. At least with the carrier I could see, but look at this. You can't get out. There's no way. There's no way to get out of this trap. I feel like this is a freaking joke. She was quiet before I got in the shower. Took me 15 minutes to shower. I got out of the shower and I heard her meowing. And I was like, that's weird. The meowing sounds like it's coming from closer to the door. And it is coming from closer to the door because she got out of the trap. So she was around here when I walked in, and then she jumped up here like she was trying to go out the window. And now when I came in, she's hiding under the day sofa, which is exactly what Ditto used to do. Holy moly. I have no idea how she got out. I mean, this is a mystery. I do have a security camera pointed at the trap, so I'm going to have to look at it and hopefully see something. How the hell does a cat get out of this trap? How did you get out? So I just looked at the security camera footage and this is what happened. So she was trying to get out while I was in the shower, and she was trying to get out there, and then she came over here and she found out that if she pushes this part up, and this is pretty heavy she's only a 7-pound cat. So she pushed the top of this up with her head, which creates an opening over here, and she climbed out here. So that's my fault because I should have used this to clip this inside piece on here. But this doesn't really reach. I mean, if I go here, look at that. Even if I clip this here, I mean, it makes a little bit of an opening. Potentially she could not get out. There's no clip. Oh yeah, there is a clip on this side. Okay, well, it helps it a little bit, but there's still quite a bit of play there. So the issue is that I don't remember seeing, when I watched an instructional video. So I watched an instructional video for this setup, and at no point did it say to use these to secure this. I'm gonna have to go and look at the instructions again because I did not see anything that said that. at all. So mystery solved, and now I know for future cats to make sure that this is definitely securely in place and secured with these clips. I guess the farther I stretch the clip, the less this will come up. Well, guys, it's not like we haven't been through this before. When I was taking a shower, I was thinking about how much she reminded me of Ditto. And look how much she reminds me of Ditto. This is exactly what Ditto did. So the only thing I could do is reset the trap with food in the trap and hope she goes back in. But you know what? She's really smart. She's very smart, so I don't know if she's going to go back in. So I'm cleaning this part out, and she might have peed on the training pad. It's all wet, and it was nowhere near the water. So that could be another reason why she was crying. This is all from the water. So it looks like this is the training pad I had put in there, and then this is a training pad from the vet. So I don't know if she peed at the vet's office or she peed overnight. It doesn't really have like a cat pee smell. I mean, just a very slight odor. So I'm gonna, here's the plan right now. I'm gonna clean this up, and then I'm gonna put this litter back in. This is the Kitten Attract litter, because she really enjoyed laying on it in here. So I'm gonna put it back in here, and maybe she'll go back in and lay in the litter, in which case, if she does, I'm just gonna put the door on for now until I can get everything reconnected. It has not even been 24 hours yet, so I'm not gonna let her back outside. She's still under the effects of like the painkiller and stuff. And for female cats, I mean, the average is definitely 48 hours. So I would like to keep her in at least overnight again tonight. I could let her out around 5 p.m. tomorrow, or even in the afternoon, maybe sometime between 3 and 5 p.m. tomorrow. That's an option. But the biggest problem I have right now is getting her back into the trap or this recovery cage. And if I can't do either of those, if I can't get her in the trap or the recovery cage, she might have to just live in this room for a while. Or, I mean, I don't want to do what I did with Ditto, which was open the window and then let him go out the window. I mean, I could, because she obviously wanted to go out the window. When I was looking at the security camera footage, she jumped up here and she was like looking over here. Thankfully, she didn't fall down. At least I didn't see anything on the security camera, because Ditto did that. Ditto tried to get under these curtains and then he fell. And then she was like looking over here. So like, she obviously knows those are windows. She's looking for a way out. So she's not supposed to be jumping. She just had her surgery, and that's the other issue. Like, she's not supposed to be jumping up here. She should not be jumping out of like a window with a larger drop. So that's why I'm thinking maybe I'll just go about my life and leave her in this room until she goes into the cage or the trap, and then take her out that way, even if it's an extra day or two. Right now I'm just thinking out loud. I don't know what's going to happen next. I did not expect this. No. I just wiped out the bottom of this with a wipe, and I put a training pad in, and I put this back in with the Kitten Attract. Not that I want her laying in that, but I do want her to go into either this recovery cage or the trap. So it is what it is. If she goes in here, if I find her laying in here, then I can shut this and then scoot her out into the other part and like reconnect them. So there she is under the day sofa, and she has a pom-pom. Was that pom-pom always there, or did she just find it? I was thinking about giving her a cat toy, but they say don't give a cat catnip before surgery. But it's after surgery. She actually looks pretty relaxed right now. Like, maybe she'll get some sleep, like her eyes are closing. Okay, we'll see what happens. Maybe she'll sleep. So for Ditto, I used to put a blanket down here, like a quilt. I used to put, let me go see what I have. So I did not set up this room for a cat to be out of the cage or the trap. Normally I would take off all the bedding and put on some kind of temporary bedding. Like with Ditto, I had everything covered with towels. You know, I don't know if this cat is litter box trained, so maybe I'll do that after I finish getting ready for my day. This was Ditto's. This was given to Ditto, and after he passed, I put this through the wash. It goes through the washing machine, so it's nice and clean. And I grabbed a pink blanket out of the closet. These are some of the Dollar Tree blankets that I had purchased quite a bit of. This one has a hole in it. I was in a Dollar Tree yesterday, and they don't have these anymore, but these are really great to use with cats because they're so inexpensive, and they are lightweight, and the cats do like them. You know, I have a bunch of beautiful quilts and little blankets from Sharon, but my cats like to use those, and I have them, you know, all over the house. I did put one underneath the day sofa for Ditto, but I just, you know, I don't like to see them getting ruined. So I just like to use the cheap ones from the Dollar Tree if it's a situation where, you know, there might be a lot of staining or soiling or something like that. Like, I don't know if she's going to go in here and, you know, I'm not saying she's going to pee on herself or something, but so anyway, I'm going to put this underneath the day sofa if she wants to lay on something soft. So here she is, and then here's the bed. She can lay in the bed if she wants to. I'm going to rebait the trap, so I have some tuna on this plate and I have some shredded chicken. So I'm going to basically set it up like I had it outside with the tuna in the back and then a trail of shredded chicken leading up to it. So there's the setup. There's tuna with a little bit of chicken at the back, and I put some cardboard in here because I heard that the cats like it better than newspaper, and you can actually extend the trip plate by putting cardboard over it, because if they step here, it can depress the cardboard, which can depress the trip plate. We'll see. I mean, who knows what's going to happen. So there's chicken, chicken, and chicken. And this piece of cardboard fit absolutely perfectly, and it arrived yesterday in an order that I had placed with Imperfect Foods. And I normally just put it out for recycling, but I kept it. I was like, I might need cardboard for something. Sure enough, perfect fit. So this trap is set, and I have the Kitten Attract litter in there. I might put some fresh litter on top of that. And there she is. I just rewatched the video from the company that I bought this transfer cage from and the connecting piece, and this is their instructional video. Nowhere does it say to secure the connecting piece with any of the clips. It does not say that at all anywhere.
The two are connected, giving the cat a piece to simply slide down through the sliding door slots. Now the two are connected, giving the cat free rein between both. You can now remove the trap divider. The cat has a nice area to go to the bathroom, away from the inside of the cage where it can recover. When you need to change it again, get the cat in the front, section him off, and then simply just pull up on the slide. Remove the tray and replace it with a new one.
See, so nowhere did it say to make sure that the connector is fastened with the clips. Even when I was reading reviews about the transfer cage and the connector, nobody in any of the reviews said to make sure that the connector was clipped in. Nowhere. And I read like every review on both items before I made the purchase. So just to let you know, this is a warning. If you're using the connector with the transfer cage, make sure it's clipped in place. And this is the website where I purchased it, livetrap.com. It was $39.75 for that piece. And in the description, it has the same video I just showed you. And in the description, It also says just slide it into place. It does not say anything about making sure it is secured with clips. It's 8:25 a.m. and she's been nice and quiet since she's been under the day sofa. It's been very peaceful. So I'm going to just let her be. I have to get all the other cats ready for their day. There's Boo. She's very concerned. They need to be brushed. Here's Stella. She's been hanging out with me while I've been getting dressed and getting ready. So they need to be brushed. The brush is downstairs, and then I'll give them some playtime downstairs, and then they'll eat their breakfast, and then I have to put food out for the outside cats. I might do that first because I want to keep the outside cats on a schedule so they continue to come around so I could get the other ones trapped. And it's a little bit late. I've been putting out food earlier than this, so I might feed them first and then the inside cats. Boo's so funny. So I woke up at like 3 a.m., right, Boo? And I realized, I was like, what do I have next to me? It was Boo. He was all curled up. He was all curled up like in my arms practically. It was so cute. Like the way that I was sleeping, I was like, oh my gosh, he was curled up right next to like my stomach and right in front of me. He was spooning with me, right, Boo? So then I couldn't move for a while. You know how sometimes you want to just like change the position you're sleeping in? I didn't want to disturb him, so then I was up for, I don't know, maybe an hour. That's when I checked the security camera footage and I saw that Sammy had been trying to get out of that trap for like 2 straight hours. Right, Boo? Boo's very concerned. It's another rainy, cold day out. Today is supposed to be the last day of rain, and then hopefully it'll be sunny tomorrow. The past few days we've got the remnants of Hurricane Ian that has come through, and I think that's the name of the hurricane. And yeah, so it's been cold, it's been rainy, and yeah, it's just been really miserable. I just put a plate of food out and there's one of the torties. Their winter coats are coming in because they're filling out more. Also, they've obviously been eating regular meals. Oh, there's the other tortie. So that must have been Goldie. That looks like Ziggy. And then that's maybe Ringo. It's hard to tell. So 3 of them smelled the food, came running, so that's good. So 1 down, 6 to go. My next appointment is next week. I was going to make an appointment for 2 cats, but I don't have enough certificates. In case I trapped 2 females, I don't have 2 female certificates. I need to order another one today. And they're not cheap. These certificates are like $180, $185 for a female, around there. So, you know, it adds up when you're buying multiple. I've already purchased 2 males and 2 females. I still have 2 males, and I have 1 female certificate left. And if I put 2 traps out, and if I catch 2 females, I need 2 female certificates. So, yeah, we're gonna have to see. I mean, again, I'm taking it 1 day at a time. I gotta figure out the situation with Sammy. I don't know what's going on there. It's 9 a.m. I just looked outside and the platter of food is empty. So I'm gonna put 1 more platter of food out there. And if I was not working from home, none of this would be possible. I would not be able to do these TNRs. I would not be able to feed the outside cats as well. Yeah, I would not be able to do pretty much any of this. I would not be filming videos. So it's only because I'm working from home that I now have the flexibility to do this. It's also because the work that I've been doing allows me a very flexible work schedule. So if I need to work later into the evening, I can do that. If I need to get up early and get some work done on a computer, I could do that. So I feel like I'm in a unique situation here. I just refilled the platter, and the table works really well as far as keeping food dry, because even though it's really wet outside, that platter stayed dry. I put another can of food on it, a bunch more dry food, and Ziggy came over to me while I was doing that. But then it started raining, and then she ran off because it started raining heavier. And I don't know who is with her. I don't know who the other cat is. It's hard to tell. It is absolutely pouring out. It's raining really heavy right now. I'm glad that Sammy's not going back outside into this. So I covered the day sofa with towels. I took the quilt off because I don't want it getting ruined. You know, I don't know if she's going to have any accidents on it. I'm just, you know, taking any precaution that I can. Also, it smells like Boo. Boo, you know, sleeps on this quilt, even though I put a blanket on it for him. He spends a lot of time in this quilt. The other cats have spent time in this quilt. So I think by getting their smells out of the room, that could help, you know, keep her calmer. I gave her a bowl of fresh water, and then I moved whatever was against this wall kind of out of the way. I moved this over a bit. I moved the power station out. So if she jumps up here and does what Ditto did, which is fall down, there's nothing immediately under her that will injure her. So hopefully she won't do that. I'm just trying to take precautions. And I did open the curtains just to let some light in. And as I was changing the bedding on the day sofa, this is what she did. She just moved herself over into the corner. She's very scared, so I'm just gonna let her be. I put a blanket where she was, so if she wants to go lay there, she can. So there's food in the trap. There's water. The litter box is in the transfer cage, and I might come back a little bit later, maybe around lunchtime, and give her a little bit of food under here. That's what I did for Ditto, and it helped relax him a little bit. I forgot to mention that I also found a pack of these wand toys downstairs. I bought them for Boo a few years ago, and then I totally forgot that I had them. So I just put this together. The wand comes in 2 pieces, and it has this string, which is not fishing wire, so it's good because Simba can't chew it up. And then it has this. Boo loves this. Now, when I was playing with the cats outside the other day, Sammy was really interested in playing, but she was a little shy about it. And let's see what happens now. You want to play, Sammy? She's looking at it. I don't know if she prefers birds or mice or pom-poms like Simba. I have to see if I have one of those other wand toys that Boo likes. The one that has like wiggly worms on the end of it. I don't want to scare her, but sometimes playing makes the cats like forget about themselves. And that's like how I first got to pet Splash and Simba. Because when I was playing with them with wand toys, they kind of, you know, forgot themselves and forgot they were afraid of me and came really close to me and then, you know, let me pet them. So sometimes, you know, they say cats can really only focus on one thing at a time. So if they're focusing on a toy and hunting, they're not going to be focused on their fears. She's following it, which is good. I'm just going to leave the toy there like that. And if she wants to come over to it and play with it, she can. It's feathers. Before I leave the room, I put her leftover breakfast tray in here with her. So the food is closest to her. There's a little bit left. And then the water is over here, so she doesn't have to leave or go far to have some more food and water. Chances are she could be under here for days. So within 5 minutes of me leaving the room, she moved out of the corner where she was. She smelled the blanket I put down on the floor. It looks like she moved into the bed that I put under the day sofa. I also checked the main camera, so I did not see her by the windows. I'm going to go in, I'm going to peek and see if she's in the round bed. There she is. She's laying on the bed. Hello, Sammy. I hope you get a nice nap, okay? You need to take a nap. I gave you a nice soft bed, so you take a nice nap, okay? Okay. It's 11:15 a.m. and here's Boo. He's relaxing on the bed with me. I need to get my day started. So I was just checking on Sammy and she was asleep. Like her head was down and she was like totally asleep in the bed. But I walked into the kitchen to get this camera and I walked past her room. So I think that woke her up. You know, she's still on high alert. Hey, Boo. So I'm just going to try to keep everything nice and quiet and calm today. So hopefully she'll get sleep. We have to remember she's been living outside and probably sleeping during the day. A lot of times feral cats are nocturnal because it's safer for them to sleep during the day and be out hunting and roaming at night. Right, Boo? That's what she used to do, right? Right? Boo says right. It's 12:30 p.m. I'm checking on Sammy. See her? She's sleeping. She looks so comfortable. I'm glad she's happy. She's in a nice, warm, comfortable bed. She feels safe under the day sofa. Much better than being in a trap or a cage. It's about 1:30 and Sammy's awake. I looked at the security. So I came in, I brought her churros, squeeze-ups, and a Sheba. So I'm going to see if she wants to eat anything. I found a long spoon, like with a longer handle. So I'm going to put a little churro on it and just see if she'll want it. Would you like some churro? Want some churro? Go ahead, you can have it. There she goes. Licking it off the spoon. Good job. Good job. I'll get you some more. This is a bigger spoon, so I could put more on it than the little ones that were going through the cage. I just don't want it to get all over the blanket she's laying on, so I'm trying to be careful. I think it's good for her to eat some churros and squeeze-ups because they're nice and light. I also brought a Sheba in case she wants that. Alright, you good? You got it all? Okay, let me put you some, I'll put some more on. Let me put some more on. Okay. Put more on. Here's the last of the churro. Here you go. So one churro fills up 3 of these spoons. This is actually a Dairy Queen spoon. Good? Okay, you want to squeeze up now? Okay, you want to squeeze up? You're still hungry. Okay. There you go. This is a chicken squeeze up. Good. Okay. Okay, I'll give you more. I got more. Okay, hold on. There, this squeeze up made 2 spoons. I guess I really loaded the spoons up. Good? Ooh, they're tripping. She's getting better at eating off of a spoon than she was yesterday. Good? Lick the back. And lick the back. Okay, good. You look so pretty on your pink blanket. You look so pretty. Okay, you want some food? So here's some Sheba. I'm giving it to her kind of outside of where she's been sleeping in case it falls. What a good girl. What a good girl. Don't eat the spoon. Eat the food on the spoon. Oh, okay. Don't sit in it. Don't sit in it. Alright, I'm going to put a plate right out here. Alright, good. We're making progress. She came out of the bed to eat. Very good. Now with Ditto, I would touch the plate and move the plate. I don't know if she's going to let me do that. Here. Oh, look. She let me touch it. Here. She's eating from the plate while I'm holding the plate. Here. Okay. Hold on. There you go. I turned it near you. There. The problem with this plastic plate is that it moves around more than a paper plate even moves around. Okay. You want another one? You want another Sheba? I'm going to give it to her in the heavier bowl. Actually, I'm going to grab the other bowl that's already under there. Sorry. Want to finish that? That's the Sheba in there. Want to finish the Sheba in there? No. She doesn't want that one. She's no dummy. She says I want a fresh one. Okay, she's going to eat it. It's only been in there for a few hours, so it should still be good. I'll give her one more Sheba and then that's it for lunch. And then we'll have dinner later. So, hopefully she's going to be nice and calm during the day. You know, the hardest part is getting through the night. Cats like to go out. They like to go prowling. So, that's going to be the issue. But maybe she'll be happier just in the room versus in the cage. So, we'll see what happens. She went back in the bed. She didn't want to wait. She's like, I'm going back in the bed. Is she going to finish it? I gave her one more chicken Sheba. So maybe it's good this happened because I'm using up a lot of leftover things from Ditto. Like the chicken Shebas were left over from when he was inside. I think I have more downstairs. I have to like look through my inventories. I have cat stuff everywhere downstairs. Well, she's very hungry, so I think that'll be a nice sized lunch for her. 2 Shebas, a Chiru and a Squeeze Up. They're all light. And I'm trying to get a look at her belly. They took quite a bit of fur off. So when Stella was spayed, it was easy to see like how her incision was healing, because she laid stretched out under the dining room table. She laid stretched out in the living room, and it's just a very different situation for Sammy here, because I had known Stella for many months before she had her surgery, and Stella was kind of like an inside-outside cat for the 2 months leading up to her surgery. She started coming inside in November, spending a night, going back out. And so I was kind of training her to come in and out. And especially when it snowed, we had cold weather, she'd spend like sometimes a few days inside, and then the cats would go back out. So, she was much more comfortable with me. Like, she and I were friends. So Sammy and I are just getting to know each other right now. Okay. I wonder if she misses her brothers and sisters outside. She probably does. Although out of the entire group, she's the one that really spends the most time off on her own. So it's probably a good thing that she was the first one to be trapped. Good job. Good job. I'm going to leave that there for her if she wants some water. But there's a good amount of liquid in the Shibas, so. Okay. Want your water? You're looking at the door. Maybe someone's on the other side of it. You good? Okay. I'm gonna leave. I'll leave. I'll back away. So that's everything she ate. 2 Shibas, a chicken squeeze up, and a churro. You okay? What's the matter? You want more? You want more? That's it for now. You could eat some more later, okay? She's gonna try to go near the window. So here's the situation. I want her to go back into the transfer cage where I put the litter that's supposed to attract kittens. However, I also don't want her peeing on the floor or the rug or anything like that. So I just filled up the other small litter box, and I'm going to put it on the other side of the day sofa. I think I'll move Stella's little castle thing. I put the litter box here, and she's just like right under there. So I lifted it up a little bit to show her, but she's more interested in the window. So when I leave the room, chances are very good she's going to jump up and look out the window. So I thought she was going to go up to the window once I left the room, but look, she went back to the bed. She's back to laying in the bed. I think she really likes it. I mean, it's a very comfortable bed. It's 2:16 p.m. and she was just sitting by the window. She was walking around the room, and then she jumped up by the window. She's not supposed to be jumping around. So now she's back in the bed. I hope she's not like disrupting her stitches. I hope everything's okay there. I might walk in now and see if she did anything in the litter box. Okay, she did not touch the litter box. You okay? You feeling okay? Okay, you relax. I want you to relax and get a good nap, okay? I'll see you later. It's around 5:10 p.m. I just checked the security camera footage, and she woke up around 5, and then she came out from under the day sofa, and she was walking around, and she was meowing. I didn't hear her from the other room. So I brought in some more Shibas. Maybe she's hungry again. Look at this, guys, look. She used the litter box. She didn't cover it, but she used it. Maybe she didn't cover it because I walked in the door. I'm just so happy she used it. She was looking in the transfer cage, but then she decided to use this one. Hello, little Sammy. How are you? Would you like some dinner? Want me to give you some dinner? You want some Shebas? Her eyes are so big. It's dark under here, but she's also still scared. I just cleaned out this bowl. I gave her some fresh water, and I gave her a salmon Sheba, along with some fresh salmon from yesterday, sprinkled on top. She didn't eat any of the fresh salmon from yesterday, so I'm curious to see if she'll eat some of it today on top of the Sheba. And I found like half a case of Shebas that I had when Ditto was here, so that's what I'm using. I'm gonna just, you know, give her the Shebas today, and then tomorrow maybe start her on some of the homemade raw food that I have. She's not eating the food right away, so I'm warming her up with a squeeze up on the spoon. She really likes that. You know, she got spooked out. I'm kind of pulling it closer to the bowl. You want some in here? Some in the bowl? Okay, want to lick the back? She has a good appetite, which is good. Okay, here. There's food in here. Want the food in here? Look at that. Look. She went over to the bowl. Here, you want it from the spoon at all? No? You want it from the spoon or no? She likes the squeeze ups. I'm telling you, when you have cats, you always have to have squeeze ups and churros on hand. You never know when you're going to need them. Whether it's for upset stomachs or kittens. So if she eats the Sheba and the salmon, like, that's good for now. She could get a snack later. I wonder if she likes crunchies. I'm really happy she used the litter box. What I'm going to do is probably deactivate the trap. I'll keep it open. I'll deactivate the trap part. I'll open the other side, and I'm going to take all the chicken out because it's been sitting there all day. It's like all dried out. I took the bait out of the trap, and I opened the back door, and I just turned it around. It's 5:45 p.m. The inside cats had dinner. Actually, I got to go check on Boo's food. Stella, that's Boo's food. I put a platter of food out at 4 o'clock. It's completely empty. So I'm going to put another platter of food out now. Today I made a big pot of chicken soup. So there's going to be plenty of chicken broth and chicken. Stella, this is Boo's food. So the cats are getting some of the homemade raw food with some crunchies on it. If they eat everything on here, then I'll put another platter out. I'm very happy that it's not raining right now. Maybe the rain has passed. It feels like the sun's trying to come out, so hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. So someone showed up right away. I think it's little Eva. "6:30 p.m. I just looked outside, and I think that's Ringo. I'm not sure if that platter's finished. If it is, I'll put more food out. So Sammy's in her bed under the day sofa. I checked from the security camera and I couldn't see her, but I guess she was just laying low in it, and the sides were higher than she was. But when I came in, she stuck her head up, so I know she's in her bed. I just put the Christmas lights on to have a little bit of light in the room, and I put this other light on low. They're both hooked up to one of the solar power banks, just because it's easier than running extension cords to the outlet. And it says they'll run for 11 hours, but they don't need to. I'll shut them off, and maybe, I'm going to shut them off before I go to bed, so maybe like 4 or 5 hours. It's 6:45 p.m. I just checked the security camera footage and she was in bed and then she was crying and then she got up and she was near the litter box and now she jumped up by the window. So I'm gonna go in and see if maybe she wants a little bit more food. Guys, this is so weird. Like literally she was just up there. So when I walk in, she should still be up there. Like, I didn't see anything. She's back in her bed. Are you okay? You okay? You lonely? You okay? So she ate all the food, so I'll give her one more Shiba. I just put another salmon Shiba in this bowl. She still has some water even though there's some food in it. And it's so weird because when I used to put food out like this and Ditto would be under the day sofa, when I would be putting the food out, he would like come out to get the food. So I kind of feel like she's going to be doing that, or she would be doing that. Obviously she's not because she's still really scared, but that's exactly what Ditto would do. I'd be putting food together and he'd be coming out to get it. I have a tuna churro on a spoon. And this is a little spoon, it's not the long one. She gonna eat it? So she didn't want it. I put it on the food in the bowl. I wonder if she wants to play a little bit. I was just trying to play with Sammy for a little while with the feather toy, but I want to go find her something that's softer. I was walking past the back door and I saw a cat licking the platters clean, like they're completely cleaned off. So I put out some more dry food and it's Little Richard's out there. Looks like one of the torties and one of the marble tabbies. So I don't know who's who. It's too dark to really tell. I just found her 2 toys. I have this catnip pillow. Someone gave this to the cats. It was part of a larger set of toys. Maybe she'll like that. She could have it in her little bed with her. And then I also found this pink fish with ribbons. This is a Dollar Tree toy that I picked up a while ago. I haven't really seen any good toys in the Dollar Tree lately, so I'll give this to her. First, I'll see if she wants to play with this one. So she didn't like the fish too much. She was just watching me kind of move it around. And then here's the catnip pillow. Let's see if she'll like that. It's catnip. Have you had catnip before? She's smelling it. Hopefully it won't make her like crazy. It'll just maybe chill her out. She looks like she might be interested in playing with it. She doesn't want a camera in her face though. I don't know if you could actually see anything because she's dark. She has it in her paws. She has it in her back paws. That's a toy. Do you know what a toy is? Have you had a toy before? So I noticed that the cats outside have been playing with one of those little rubber duckies that are outside from a while ago. I forget what they're outside for. I don't think they're from Splash. And, they're from when Ditto was outside. I thought he might like to play with some rubber duckies in one of the, like the big water bowls. But I caught the kittens playing with it, which was really cute. Okay, it looks like she just wants to sleep. So I'll put her food back here and I'll leave her alone because she needs to get good rest. I put the light on my phone because I want to see her incision. It's hard to see. I mean, she looks so comfortable now. Look how comfortable she looks. I hope she's not in pain. You okay? We could see some of the area that was shaved. It's hard to see any incision unless it's like in that fold of skin. I don't even know if the camera's focusing on this or not, so. Okay, she looks like she wants some sleep. She seems very relaxed right now, and I'm here, so that's a good sign. I'm going to do what I did with Ditto, which is shut the curtains at night because that's when the cats, you know, try to make their escape out the window. Right now, only the Christmas lights are on, and it feels like there's a lot of light in here. So these are hanging directly on the wall, and I think the white wall behind them, I think it's like a satin finish, but I think it's really reflecting more of the light than when Ditto was here. When Ditto was here, I had them hanging on the shelf, and the shelf is maybe 6 inches away from the wall, so the wall wasn't reflecting as much light. It's 8:26 p.m. and I've been putting this soup in mason jars, and also I've been cutting up the chicken, and all of a sudden I heard Sammy meowing, and I was like, what's going on? So I went over here to the door, and sure enough, she was meowing. So I opened the door and I was like, what's going on? And she was on the floor and she was like meowing at me. And it was almost like, you remember how Hydrox used to be demanding? Hydrox used to have a very demanding meow. It was kind of like that. So I was like, oh, do you smell the chicken? You want some chicken? So I put some shredded chicken on a little clear plate, and I brought it in there, and I was shredding it up even more, and she did exactly what I said Ditto used to do. She popped her head out from under the day sofa, and she was like looking at me like give me that to eat. But then when I lifted up the cover for the day sofa, she went back in the bed, and I tried giving her some chicken. She didn't want it, so I put it in her bowl that she had under there, and then I tried giving her like a little bit of a churu on a spoon, and she didn't want that. So I just left it there, and now I'm going to check the security camera to see if she went and she ate it after I left the room. There she is. She's devouring the chicken. I really think that's probably like her favorite food. It's 8:32. She's crying again. Yeah, she has a kitten cry, so I'm going to go in with more chicken. Look at this. Look. Look. All of a sudden, she's not so afraid anymore. Her tail's straight in the air. You want more chicken? Okay, let me shred it for you. Let me shred the chicken. Make sure it's not too hot. Okay, I'm going to shred it up. And make sure it's not too hot. Oh my God, she just rubbed against my leg. She just rubbed against my leg. Wow, what a nice girl you are. Okay, here you are. Come here. There you are. There's your chicken. There's your chicken. You gonna eat the chicken? Look at this. Look at this. That's exactly what Ditto used to do. You gonna eat the chicken? Look. I'm not petting her. You gonna eat the chicken? You gonna eat it? Eat the chicken. Yeah, eat it. Eat the chicken. Eat the chicken. You gonna eat the chicken? Look how skinny she is. I'm not gonna touch you. I have chicken on my hands. Okay? I'm trying to look at her butt. I can't tell if something's hanging out of her butt, or that's just how it looks. You okay? Oh, she's stretching. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. What a nice girl. She's rubbing on everything. You gonna rub up on me? No, she wants to, though. I'm squatting down. I'm gonna stand up. Oh my gosh. She's rubbing up on my butt. Okay, I'm gonna stand up. I'm not gonna pet you because my hand is dirty. Okay, what are you gonna do? All of a sudden I gave you some chicken and now you're in love? Now you're becoming, look at this. Guys, look. She just rubbed on me. Okay, you gonna eat the rest of the chicken? She's very happy. She's very thankful. You gonna eat the chicken? She's so thin. So, what I was saying was they didn't give her a dewormer. I think they gave her a Capstar for fleas, but they didn't give her a dewormer. So maybe when I go back this coming week with another cat, I'll see what they say about that. Maybe I'll bring in a stool sample or something. You okay? You okay? Look at that. Good job. Good job. I know she's like, why are you freaking out? Good job. Okay. Eat your chicken. Eat your chicken. Yeah, eat the chicken. Eat the chicken. Are you purring? Are you purring? She's like, pet me. I'm not petting you. So I'm going to go downstairs and get one of the shower brushes. You know, the one I used on Boo and Ditto. I'm going to start her with some brushing. I think if I leave the room, she'll eat the chicken. I just have to make sure she doesn't want to jump out of the room. This is the problem now. So, okay. You're a nice girl. You're a nice girl. I like you too. I like you too. So, what I was saying is that, you know, when cats are scared and they're hiding under the day sofa, I don't have to worry about them jumping over the gate and out of the room. And, okay. Eat the chicken. What do you want? You want to squeeze up? Okay. I'll give you a squeeze up on it. I just put a little bit of churu on it, whatever was left. So, okay. Okay, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. She's rubbing up against me like crazy. Okay, you're good. Are you happy? Are you a happy girl? I'm gonna go down and get a brush. Okay, good. Go under there. You want your chicken under there? Where are you at? Want chicken in your bowl? Want chicken in the bowl? Here. Yeah, she ate all that chicken. I'll put the chicken in the bowl. Maybe she'll eat it because she thinks this is her bowl. Here. Want to eat it out of the bowl? Okay. There's your bowl. Look at this. She's smelling it. Oh, look at... She's headbutting it. She's not trying to swat it. See, she's like reacting weird when I try to brush her with it. She might try to attack it, which is why I want to just be cautious. I'm not going to run in. I'm not going to like pet her. I know. It's a brush. It's a brush. Smell it. Okay, nice. 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 You know, this is so new and sudden for her. Here. Here. Okay. Did you eat your chicken? Oh, she's eating it. I'm back in the room. She's been meowing a lot. You okay? Stretching? Happy stretches? Did you eat your chicken? Because you're not getting any more. That's it for tonight. That's it for tonight. I don't need anyone vomiting, okay? I don't want you to vomit. Okay? Good? Okay. Yeah. We're friends, right? Me and you? Me and you, we're friends, right? Yeah, we're friends. Okay. You still have chicken. You still have chicken in your bowl. Okay? Do you want me to pet you? Oh, look. When she figured it out, she's not so happy. Here. So she still has chicken, and I brought her some crunchies. Do you want some crunchies? The other cats are having their crunchies right now. You want crunchies? Okay, she's rubbing up against my back. So these are some Instinct Kitten crunchies. She's rubbing up against my back as I film this. And these are left over from Ditto. I had bought a bunch of kitten crunchies to see which ones were the smallest. Look at that. She's just like everyone else. She loves her crunchies. Look how cute her toes are. Oh my gosh, look at her toes. Look at the toes. Okay. I don't want to give you too much. You had 2 things of chicken. That's your 3rd thing of chicken. So you're not going to get too many crunchies. That's it. That's all you're getting, okay? That's all you're going to get. Tomorrow's another day, and you could have more food tomorrow, okay? We'll put you on a schedule. You could have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, okay? So I put the towel down, and I just moved everything over. I still need to clean up the kitchen. I'm not done, you know, cleaning up all that soup and the pot and everything, so there's a lot I want to get done, and I don't know, I have a feeling I might have to sleep in this room to keep her from meowing all night, so we'll see how tonight goes. Now that water's a little bit dirty with some chicken in it, but there still is that other bowl of fresh water in the room. And what she was doing before was she was just hanging out on the grass by the curtains. And then when I came in, she jumped down. So I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen tonight. It could be a really good night. It could be a really bad night. Or it could be somewhere in between. Poor Boo. He's all worried. He wants to know what's going on in there. I just dropped the churro. And we got 3 worried cats in here. They just had crunchies. I got to clean up all their crunchy plates. Simba's all upset also. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? Why are you crying? You're lonely? Are you in pain? You might be in pain. The painkiller wore off. That's why I gave you some catnip. Okay, you want me to just hang out with you? You want me to just sit on the couch with you? On the day sofa? Did you make a poop yet? No poops. Okay. You want me to sit up here? I'll sit up here. You gonna jump up here with me? I'm sitting up here. You could rub on my legs. I'm gonna sit here. Okay? So when Ditto was in the room, the day sofa was on that wall. And the desk was in the corner here. And then I had a different unit on this wall, which is now in my bedroom. So the room was kind of like backwards. Look at this. You're not supposed to be jumping. Stay down. You want me to sit on the floor with you? Okay, I'll sit on the floor. I'll sit on the floor with you. You're right. You're not supposed to be jumping. Let's move that over. This is what I used to do with Ditto also. I used to sit on the floor with him. I used to put the blanket in my lap. Maybe I should... Well, I don't want to open the door and freak her out if I open the closet door. Hello. Hello. She just went under my back. Okay. So maybe this is what she just wants. Maybe she just wants me to hang out with her. I'm so tired right now. She's behind my back. I really want to go to bed early. There you are. There you are. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. You want to play? Do you think she would want to play with the fish? She might be afraid of it. Oh no, look. You see her paw? Is she afraid of it? I know it's dark, guys. I don't want to put the light on because I want to try to get her to get some sleep. She's like trying to figure out what a toy is. We'll work on that. Okay? No? Okay. Oh, she has her paw on it. Her paw's on the ribbon. Her paw's on the ribbon. She's playing with it. Yeah. She's moving it around. Yeah, she got a paw on it again. This is great. All right, so I'm going to play with her for a little while. I want to try to kind of use up some of her energy, so maybe she'll get some sleep tonight. She got a nap during the day, maybe a few naps. And, you know, I can't be up all night with her. Yeah, she's playing, she got it. Good. We made such amazing progress today. And it's all because she escaped from the trap. If she didn't escape from the trap, like, none of this would have happened today. Wow. So if she did not escape from the trap, she'd still be in the trap, in the recovery cage too. And tomorrow she'd be let back outside. But she's not going to go back outside, because I'm just going to keep her in here and foster her for a while. And then hopefully find somebody very nice to adopt her. Maybe with one of her brothers and sisters. I don't know. I got to see what happens with the other cats. Now I'm kind of thinking that maybe none of them will go back outside. Maybe I'll bring them in and just keep them in here as fosters and work on training and socializing. She got the string. And yeah, maybe I would just bring them in here, work on training and socializing them, and then getting them adopted. And then if they're all in here, I'd be able to find out if anyone's bonded with anybody. And they're small cats, like they're kittens. They're 7-month-old kittens. So, you know, even if they're in here a couple months, I don't think it's going to be too overwhelming for the room. I mean, if they were in like a rescue or a shelter in cages, they would have less room. I have to take it one day at a time and 1 week at a time. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get, all of the other ones trapped. I'm hoping I could get at least 1 or 2 next week. The vet said there was no problem bringing 2 in at the same time. So, the next step is the next spay-neuter appointment. So I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'm just going to leave all possibilities open. But it would have been a shame to, just keep her in the trap and put her back outside when, look what happened within a day. So she is now purring like crazy. It's after 10 p.m. and I had to download all the footage off this camera because the memory card was full, right? And while I was doing that, I was just sitting in here with her because every time I leave the room, she starts crying. I also took the trap out and the connector. And what is she going to do? She's going to jump. She should not be jumping. She should not be jumping. She should not be jumping. Don't think you're jumping anywhere else. So, what I was saying is that basically I'm sitting here on the floor, and what she's been doing is just walking around me in circles and rubbing up all against me. Like this, see this? And she almost crawled into my lap, and she was purring like a motorboat. And she reminds me so much of Ditto. So I just went out and got my camera, because it's empty now. And I opened the closet and I got this blanket out of it. So what I want to see is, if I put the blanket on my lap, is she going to climb into my lap like Ditto used to do? Because it is kind of freaky how similar she is to Ditto. And she's approximately 7 months old. And if we think of when Ditto passed away, it was in March and we're now in October. So that would have been about 7 months ago. Now she's eating some of the chicken and some of the crunchies. Like, she's been super active. And I watched some security camera footage, and she was playing with a pom-pom under the day sofa, like the way Simba does. She had it in her mouth, and she was batting it around, so she definitely likes pom-poms. Okay, I just checked the security camera while I was sitting here, and she's in her bed underneath the day sofa. So I'm going to turn off the Christmas lights and leave the room, and hopefully she'll get some sleep. It's about 3 a.m. and she just started meowing enough to wake me up, and also I heard a bang. So I don't know if she was up by the windows and then fell off or what, but I heard the bang, and the bang got me up. So then I came in here, and then she jumped back up by the windows, went underneath the curtains. So this is what happens with outside cats between 3 and 5 o'clock in the morning. So I gave her some chicken. First I gave her a Shiba, and then I gave her some chicken on top of it. I'm going to see what happens if I lay on the day sofa, maybe try to get some sleep here. Maybe she'll calm down. Also, she's afraid of the brush. She freaks out when I try to brush her. And if I try to pet her, she doesn't like it either. So she's not there yet. She likes me, and she's rubbing up on me, but she's not, I don't think she's ever had someone pet her before. So she doesn't like it. So she's been crying by the windows. And what I've been able to do is brush her, because she was looking out the windows and she wasn't paying attention to the brush. And she's purring so loudly. She purrs loud. Come here. Come here. She loves it when I brush her head. Be good. Be nice. Come here. You don't need to go out. Come here. I gave her a few crunchies on the windowsill. I thought maybe she wanted crunchies. Okay, good. Yeah, the light just went off. It's dark. Good girl. Okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're good, okay? So this is what Stella, Splash, Simba, they all did. Boo's the only cat that did not do this. Which is, want to go outside sometime between 3 and 5 a.m. And they'll usually get over it. Stella used to climb the back door. Come on, you okay? You okay? So I left the window and she followed me. And now she's eating some of the chicken I gave her. And hopefully once she does that, then she'll settle down. Because that's what Ditto used to do. I just cracked the window open a little bit so she could smell the air. It's cold out. She's smelling the air. Okay, it's way too cold out. We're not going to keep that open. You feel better now? Okay, now she's rubbing up on me. You feel better? You smell the air? Okay. Can I close it now? Obviously, I'm not opening it wide enough so she could get out. Nope. She's standing on her hind legs. You're not climbing out the window. Nope. Guys, it's 6 a.m. She's flipping out, but her family's here. It's Nancy and one of the torties. So she misses them. We're going to bring them in to see you, okay? They're all going to come inside with you. There's Nancy. Hi, Nancy. And one of the torties is right there. You can't see, it's dark. You're okay. You're okay. They're going to come in with you, okay? They're going to come in with you, okay? Okay? You're okay. So there was Ringo or little Eva. It looked like Ringo. So my concern is that it's 6 a.m. The cats are out looking for food, obviously. But if they get freaked out by her being in this room and don't come around, then there's issues. But she obviously wants to be reunited with them. I understand. I understand. It's your family, okay? There, see? Right next to the shelter. You're okay. You're okay. Get down. 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 You're okay. You're going to see them again. Okay? Get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. You're okay. You're okay. You're going to see them again, okay? Yeah, you're going to be with them again, okay? You're all going to be together again, okay? Everyone's going to be together again. So now, you know, we're really facing, you know, the moral dilemma. Whereas, you know, do I let her back out to be with her family? Because obviously she's flipping out and wants to be with them. Do I just TNR the family and leave them outside? Or do I bring them all in? And obviously if they're adopted out, they're going to be split up. They're going to be split up when they're adopted. But if they go outside, they stay together. The only thing that separates them when they're outside is obviously if one of them, you know, if they get injured or die or something. But then they stay together as a family unless somebody else, you know, something bad happens to them. So it's an issue. This is a very big issue. And this is why I didn't separate Stella, Splash, and Simba or Boo. That's why they're together as a family. I know. It's so sad right now. She wants to be outside with them. You're okay, honey. You're such a nice girl. She's such a nice girl. So I just put a light on. I don't know if you could see it, but there's some cats by the back door. Because she's crying. Hello. I know you want to be outside with them. So the question is, do I let her back outside to be with her family, and do I just let them all outside and live a happy life together where they're happy with each other? I mean, she's such a nice, sweet cat. I just put a platter of food out for the cats, and they're all freaked out. Goldie was by the back door talking to Stella, and now they're eating. Look at this, guys. She got the window open farther than I had it. I just gave her a little bit of crunchies on the food that she had. Obviously, she wants to be with her family. But what if she's telling them, hey guys, come over here, it's really good inside. You know, hey guys, I get all the chicken I want, I get a nice bed to lay in, it's warm. Like, what if that's what she's saying to them? Like, what if she's like, hey guys, come over here? What if it's not, I want to go outside with them? Because she's rubbing up against me, she's being nice to me, she's not being aggressive to me at all. 6:30 a.m. and I put some fresh food on the platter, homemade raw food and more crunchies, and one of the cats came to eat. I'm trying to keep them on a schedule, trying to keep them coming for food. What I might do today is call the vet and see if they still have an open spay-neuter appointment for tomorrow morning. They originally said that they did, and I was like, I think it's too soon because I thought she was still going to be in the trap. But now that she's not in the trap, I could potentially make another appointment, and I'd be really interested to see what happens if I bring another cat in with her. Will she calm down, and will it be better for her? So she seems to be calm right now. I just came in her room. She's laying in her bed. I know it's dark, you can't see anything, but she's laying in her bed. I hope she's not depressed. You're sad? I know. I know you want to be with your family, but you're a good girl, okay? We're going to bring them all in. You all could be together, and we'll figure out if any of you are bonded with each other and who's bonded with who, okay? So one thing I definitely want to point out is that when she started crying at 6 a.m. when she saw her family, that was a completely different type of cry than it was at 3 a.m. and she just wanted to go outside. Like, it was a completely different level of intensity. So there's definitely a family bond between cats and between siblings. So she has food, she has water. I'll refresh it later. And she's calm right now, which is good. So I'm going to take care of the other cats, get my day started. I would normally be getting up now, but I've pretty much been up for the past few hours. I might have gotten like a half hour's worth of sleep since 3 a.m. I'm hoping maybe I could take a nap this afternoon. I feel like this is going to be a nightly occurrence. The other thing that I would like to do, I don't know how I'm going to do it though, is I have another one of these shelving units, and I used to have 2 of them here along the wall underneath the window, and it's a lot safer if I bring another one in. That way she can't fall off the window like Ditto did. So I would like to bring the other unit in, which means all of this would get shifted down a little bit because I would have to fit this one in here. There's room to shift it down, but then there might not be because if I put a trap here with the extension cage and then the other door opens, there's not going to be a lot of room. I got to figure this out. The other issue is that where I'm using it now, it's like holding my printer and like all my work stuff. So I would have to find somewhere to put all of that. And then the other thing I was thinking is to take all these storage boxes out of these shelves. So if I do bring in more than one cat, these are like nice little cubby holes they can lay in and stuff. And they actually do sell cat bed inserts for these at IKEA. The problem then is, where do I put everything that was in these bins, or do I just stack these bins somewhere, like maybe downstairs? In which case I got to get rid of some stuff downstairs or move stuff around down there, so it's like a giant jigsaw puzzle. Both platters of food that I put out were eaten, but I'm not going to put any more food out because I want to call the vet and find out if I could bring another one in tomorrow morning. If I can, I'll put a trap out in the afternoon like I did last time, and if I can't, then I'll give them more food. It's now 7:45 a.m. and Sammy is sleeping comfortably in her bed. I guess she's been there for about an hour now, which is good. She needs rest. She needs sleep. You know, she's recovering from her operation. You know, it was a pretty hectic time around 6 a.m. She was up and meowing around 3 a.m. and then maybe like an hour and a half later, she settled down a little bit. And then all of a sudden at 6 a.m. again, it was like really frantic. So hopefully she'll rest. We'll see how today goes. And yeah, we're just taking everything one day at a time. Like my concern is, you know, as I start trapping more of these cats, if, let's just say I bring them in and they're all being fostered together in that room, then there's less of them outside. Look at this, the 3 of them right now, 4. And, you know, there's safety in numbers outside. So if there's only 1 or 2 left out there, that's less safety for them. Uh-oh, look at this. They're running around, they're having a good time. It's 8:45 a.m. Here's Boo. He's relaxing in his office in one of the cat towers. Let's hope he doesn't throw up his breakfast again, because hopefully he'll be calmer today, even though it was a way more stressful morning. And I'm looking outside. I just saw a cat walking in the woods. I saw the silhouette of a cat walking in the woods. I don't know which cat it was. Hey, Boo. So I just spoke to the vet's office, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes ago. Oh, there goes the cat again. It must be hunting something. I spoke to the vet's office 10 or 15 minutes ago, and I was able to get another spay-neuter appointment for tomorrow. So I'm very happy about that. And the plan is to put the trap out this afternoon around the same time, around 4 p.m., and try to get one of the other cats and obviously bring them into the room with Sammy and just to see what happens. I'm just going to do the same routine. The only thing different is I'm going to make sure that that connector cage is properly clipped so that the cat cannot push its way out. And then I'll take the cat in tomorrow morning. Hopefully everything will be fine. Pick the cat up tomorrow afternoon. Look, 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 look. That was little Richard, and thankfully he didn't get hit by a car, and one of the torties is in the woods with him. I have to say that I've never seen this cat family outside looking so happy, like the way Richard was just running across the street and hopping across the yard, and the way the other cats were like running and hopping and skipping across the patio this morning. Like, I've never seen that before. So it's just really interesting to observe the various interactions between cats, especially when it's a cat family, right, Boo? Taking it one day at a time and just doing what needs to be done in the moment, right, Boo? That was one of the torties. The camera didn't focus. I just looked outside and the cat gang walked through the patio, like they came from the back here, walked through here. And it's so funny. It's like Nancy is the leader of their little gang. And it's going to be even funnier if I take her in to be spayed and neutered and it's a male. So far I was wrong on Sammy. I thought she was a boy and it's a girl, but her name can go either way. If I bring Nancy in and find out she's a boy, I'm going to have to change the name to something else. It's almost 11 a.m. and Sammy's meowing for the first time this morning since she went to bed about 4 hours ago. So she got about 4 hours of sleep. Let's see what's going on. Hello. Hello. Where'd you go? You're hiding now? You're hiding? Did you hiss? You're hissing and hiding? What would you like? You hungry? You hungry? You gonna come out? You gonna come out and say hello? She got good sleep, so I'm happy about that. 4 hours is better than, that's the most sleep she got since she's been here. I'm gonna give her some fresh food and fresh water. I have to scoop out her litter box. You okay? I'm looking at the window, it's sunny out. You gotta make a poop? Make a poopy. Good. I need to get a larger litter box. I have one downstairs. Is this gonna be a poop? She has not pooped since she's been in here. That looks like a pee-pee. Yeah. Well, she's a lot like Ditto. She doesn't cover it up. She's looking at the food. She's probably not going to eat it because it's been sitting there. Yeah, I got to get all this area ready for potentially a new house guest tonight. I want to move a bunch of stuff off of here too. I've just been piling everything up here. I need to get everything organized and think about bringing in another one of these shelving units and putting it here and moving everything over and seeing how that goes. She just came back out. She's poking around the food. I'm gonna get you some more food. What would you like today? What would you like today? Oh, she just rubbed on me. Okay. I thought for a second she's gonna just totally forget who I am. Maybe she was disoriented after she woke up because she was in such a deep sleep. Is she gonna eat that? Okay, she could eat it. That was only put there, what, like 4 hours ago? She's not gonna get sick from it. With feral cats, a lot of times we're dealing with food insecurity issues. I know Stella and Boo still deal with that a lot since they were outside on their own and Stella was like starving. So these kittens have probably been outside on their own probably their whole life. I remember way back earlier this year seeing a family of much smaller kittens and asking my neighbor down the block who traps cats if she's seen them, and she said she hadn't seen them. So they were really small at that time. And I feel like this is the same family that I saw. The vet really did a nice job with her ear tip. It's hardly noticeable at all. It's noticeable if you look at it, but if you're not really looking for it, it's hardly noticeable, which is nice. You want some more food? You want some more? I'll give you some more and I'll give you some more water. I actually have chicken broth. I made you some chicken broth yesterday. Maybe you like chicken broth? She's happy to have any kind of food. But her favorite is chicken for sure. So when I was petting her last night or early this morning, actually, she feels good. Like her weight feels good. When I pet her, I'm not feeling a skeleton. Like I'm not feeling all of her bones, and so that's good. I'm very glad that I've been feeding them it's been probably like 6 weeks now outside, because they have filled out nicely since I've been feeding them, and petting her, she feels good. She doesn't feel, too thin. At the same time, she doesn't feel like she's too heavy or anything. Maybe she's gonna poop. You gonna poop? All right, I'm gonna get new food, new water, do the litter. I used to have more supplies in here when Ditto was in here, and now I have to kind of get back into the swing of things. I'm giving her some homemade raw food with some homemade chicken broth mixed in and some shredded chicken on top and some water. And there she is back in her bed. She loves her bed. It's so big. I mean, that bed could fit 3 of them. It's about 3:30 p.m. right now. I'm in the middle of making a batch of homemade raw food for the cats. I'm going to mix this up, portion it into containers, and put it in the freezer. I checked on Sammy a little while ago, and she's been relaxing in her bed pretty much the whole day. She got up around 11, and I gave her some food. The minute I left the room, she ate it under the day sofa. And then she went back into bed, and she's been hanging out in bed pretty much the whole day, relaxing. So she's a lot more relaxed today than she was yesterday. And yeah, we're just going to see how it goes. She's been sleeping all day, so she's probably going to be up all night. Meanwhile, I feel like I'm running on a severe lack of sleep. So I'm hoping after I do this, maybe I'll be able to get some rest earlier today. So after I do this, I'm going to put the trap out. I was hoping to put the trap out at 4, but I'll probably end up putting it out a little bit after 4 o'clock. And I saved 2 of the thigh bones to bait the trap with. I'm also going to use some cooked chicken, and hopefully sometime between 4 and 8 p.m. I will get a cat in the trap. If not, I'll call and leave a voicemail with the vet and tell them to cancel the appointment. But I'm really, really hoping to get a cat in the trap today. So it's 4 p.m., a little bit after, and there's 3 cats waiting for food. So there's Richard, he likes to hiss at me, and there's Ziggy, and I think that's little Eva. Pretty sure it's little Eva. So I'm gonna go put the trap together and bait it and put it out. I'm not putting any other food out yet. And we'll see if someone goes in it. Maybe Richard's gonna go in it. He's probably gonna throw a fit. So here we are, we're all set up. On the plate I have one of the chicken thigh bones with some of the cooked salmon, and then I have 3 pieces of roasted chicken on the cardboard, and I have the rug on the bottom and then the cardboard on top. So we'll see what happens. And there's Ziggy. I'd like to get her. She would be good, so maybe she'll go eat once I go inside. I have my towel right here. I don't want to put it on the trap in case it has weird smells, because that's what they did last time. They wouldn't go in the trap when I had a towel on it because they were smelling the towel. They're like, no, I'm not going to go in. So I have it right here. So last time, as soon as I heard the trap go off, I grabbed the towel and threw it over, and that calmed down Sammy pretty much immediately. So I'm going to open the window right near the trap, and I'm going to be in the kitchen cleaning up from making raw food. So if I hear anything, I'm just going to run straight out. Look at this. Here's Richard on the driveway. How you doing, Richard? How you doing, Richard? He was hanging out on the patio furniture all by himself, so I kind of wished I put the trap out earlier, because maybe he would have gone in it and no one would have seen it. Look how pretty his fur is. It almost looks like a zebra. So I think that's Richard smelling the trap. Is that Ziggy near the end of it? Okay, somebody is eating some of the chicken. I don't want someone to get snapped, you know, while someone's in the trap, someone else to get snapped with the trap coming down on them. So someone's going in, keep going in. I think it's Richard. Yep, they're gonna take the chicken out. That's what they do. Who's this? Ziggy? Is Ziggy gonna go all the way in? I don't want someone to get snapped by the trap. I only want 1 cat to go in, not 2. Come on, Ziggy, go in the trap. The sun's shining at the window. Reflections are really bad right now, so. Who's it gonna be, Richard? He's eating the chicken. The chicken is on the trip plate. So we got Richard. I put the cover on the trap immediately. He calmed down. I feel like he's gonna be a handful. So we'll see what happens. He's the one that hisses at me. No one else hisses at me. So I'm gonna get ready to take him inside. He's not happy already. So I immediately put a platter of food out because Ziggy was watching from the back. She saw the whole thing. So she obviously ran when he got trapped in there. She ran to the back and I immediately put some food out for her. So she knows to come here for food. She feels a little bit safe. So I'm gonna put some food together for Richard because all the food that was in there just got tossed everywhere. I just brought 2 trays of food in, one for each of the cats. It's some of the homemade raw food I just made, and it has some cooked pumpkin in it, so maybe it'll help Sammy make a poop. And I put some cooked chicken on top. And then this is little Richard, except he's not very little. He's not the smallest cat anymore. She is much smaller than he is. Anyway, I'm hoping it's a boy, because if it's not, I'm going to have to come up with a whole different name. I have to go get the connector cage and the divider, and I'm going to come back and set him up and give him food. So I just put the divider in, and I'm going to grab like a training pad to put underneath the food. I just gave him the food and the water. I put the connector here, and I clipped it with both clips, this clip and that clip, so hopefully he's not going to be able to lift that up and get out of there. It seems pretty secure. It's almost like it's stuck. And then here's the part with the litter box. I don't know if he's going to just lay in the litter box like Sammy did. I'm going to cover this with the cover that I have, but they seem to do really well with a towel on top, more so than like a sheet material. So I think I'll go look for another towel. In the meantime, I'm going to take that fork out and put this cover back on. Maybe he'll eat something. Probably not, because he's going to be super stressed. He's hissed at me a few times, but it hasn't been really like an aggressive hiss. I mean, it just reminds me of Splash. Like, Splash hisses at me all the time, and it's like, okay, whatever, just calm down. Can you see how pretty he is? He's such a pretty cat. I know it's hard to film through these bars. How you doing, Richard? You're gonna be a big boy. He's a lot bigger than Sammy. You're gonna be a big boy. You're already a big boy. You are the tiniest one. You were the tiniest little one, and now you're big. And here's Sammy. She's still in her bed, so she's scared, but at the same time, she's kind of happy that she has company. Right? She's like, what's going on? You have a friend here, Sammy. There's 2 of you now. I just put her food there with her so she can eat it if she wants to. She's a little freaked out, so I'm just going to let her be, you know. Just let her calm down. So there's a camera on him, a camera on her under the day sofa. I also have a camera on the room in general. I think I heard her eating her food, so I'm just going to check on that before I leave. Also, I had to turn the air conditioning on because this room had a lot of sun today, and it gets really hot in the sun. It was like 80 degrees in here, so I turned the air on, and I just want to cool it down a little bit. She's eating her food. Good job. Did you finish? Did you eat all your food? Did you finish your food, or you want more? Look at that, guys. She ate all the food, so I'm going to give her some more because I only gave them each a little bit. So I'm going to fill this up again. So it's 4:43 p.m. right now, and everyone is calm. Richard's just sitting in there. Sammy's in her bed. So this is what I did in here today. I put the other shelves in here, so now both windows have shelves right there. So hopefully no one will be falling off of a window ledge. And if anyone climbs to the top, I mean, meaning Sammy, which is what she did. So she's tried climbing all the way up here, and thankfully she did it when I was behind her. So I was able to like put my hands under her. I grabbed a curtain actually and just kind of held her up with the curtain. She only can fall as far as this now. She's not going to be able to climb up here and then fall all the way. And I emptied the storage bins. Actually, I still need to wipe down these shelves. These were wiped down. And I filled them up with supplies, so the training pads, the newspaper, some towels, and the litter boxes for the cage. And then there is the litter for the litter box. I had to move this over because it doesn't fit, and I could not move this down because where this is now, it can't go any farther because then the door won't be able to open. So the door will open, it's fine. That's the transfer cage. This is the trap. I cleared off a lot of stuff off the top of this, so now it's pretty much only supplies that I need and plants. I left the plants because, I mean, these cats live outside. I don't think they're going to eat the plants. I did take away one of my solar power banks, so if I want to, I could charge it with solar panels outside and use it. I like to have them. They're really good for portable outlets. And, you know, a lot of times I might be working on my computer somewhere in the house, and instead of grabbing an extension cord, I'll just grab one of the solar power banks and plug into that, and it's good. So it's like free electricity from the sun. I don't have to get my extension cord. My only concern with this cat tower here is that if Sammy should go on top, or someone should, like right above it, there's like a plant. I don't want them pulling that and it falling down. And then up there, there's just some of those lucky cats that wave their arms. And there's a piece of artwork. It says, all you need is love and a cat, and it has a black cat that looks like Boo. I put that in this room when Boo was in this room, so that's been in here a very long time, but Boo likes it. And then there's a sign underneath that I think Zoa sent it to me. It says, ask me about my cats. The day sofa's how it was yesterday. Everything underneath it is how it was yesterday. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, because there's two cats in here now, if one of them starts meowing, the other one might meow to comfort it. I'm going to be curious to see if Sammy comes out from under the day sofa later and goes to visit Richard. I don't know what's going to happen. We could have a really good night where everyone stays quiet, or we could have a really bad night where I have two cats howling at 3 to 5 a.m. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. And there are 3 cats eating outside, so it looks like Nancy, little Eva, and there's Ziggy. So Ziggy came back. She's eating the food that fell out of the trap. She's like, what's going on? And Nancy, who saw Sammy get trapped, she came back. There's Ziggy. She hears me. I'm going to put some more food out for them. It's 5:18 p.m. I just came in the room, and Sammy has been crying. She's been sitting by the window and crying, right? And I just came back in, and she went in her bed. She saw me, and she ran under the day sofa. And she almost ate all her food. She left a little chicken, so I'll put that under there. She had a good amount of food for dinner. I'll give her some crunchies as a snack later. You okay? You want to come out and see Richard? You want to see your friend Richard? Your brother? You want to see your brother? Come on out. They're meowing to each other. They're meowing to each other. You gonna greet him? See Richard? He's in there. He's your brother. Yeah. They know each other. Yeah, he's gonna come out. Well, he's gonna come back. He's gonna go for a ride like you did. Come on over here. I'm not gonna scare you. Here, you want one? Here. She's gonna make a poop. That's a poop scratch. That's a poop scratch. You did good. It sounded like someone was purring. He's a lot bigger than she is. Were you purring? Who was purring? She's rubbing up against my back. And she's checking out the door. I have the gate in the door. Come here. You're okay. No, you're not happy. You're not happy, but we're gonna go for a ride tomorrow, Richard, okay? We're gonna go for a ride tomorrow. Then you'll come back. You'll feel better. How you doing, Sammy? How you doing, Sammy? She's looking around because a lot of things changed. She's like, what is all this? It's all different. There's water there too. I put a water bowl. See, that's what I'm hoping, that they'll like going in these little cubby holes. She could actually hide back there. She's like, what is all this? Yeah, I could smell her poop. I gotta scoop it. I gotta see if there's worms on it. Look where she's going. She's going on this side. Someone's purring. Who's purring? He's purring. Oh, someone hissed. She hissed. It could be that they don't like each other. That's why I was hoping it would be Ziggy, because I think Ziggy and Sammy like each other. At least he's more relaxed than she was in there. He's just hanging out on that rug. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen later, but for now he's more relaxed. I'm going to leave this open like this just so he could see her. So I was brushing Sammy, and look, she's showing me her belly. So I'm getting a look at her incision, and it looks like it's healing okay. Nice job, Sammy. Nice job. She doesn't want me petting her. I tried petting her. She was giving me the stink eye. Like, she was looking at my hand like she might attack it. She has not been the slightest bit aggressive toward me at all. She's been nothing but nice, sweet, and friendly. And I think it's a good sign that she let me see her belly. I didn't even ask her to do that. She just, maybe she's feeling comfortable. Okay. They're talking to each other back and forth. She's purring. She's looking to see who's outside. I don't see any of the other cats right now. When she sees them, then she really starts meowing a lot. She's looking for them. I still have to clean the kitchen, so that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully the two of them will stay more quiet now that they have each other to meow to. I'm hanging up the brush. Hanging up the brush, Sammy. Look at her toes. Hello, I'm looking at your toes. You want a headbutt? You want a head scratch? You want to jump down? You're not supposed to be jumping. You know you're not supposed to be jumping. Can you take the tower down? Sammy, come here. Take the tower down. Come here, take the tower down. No, no, no. You're not going on the desk. Nope, there's water there. You gonna jump on the water? Okay. He like rolling around near her. He wants to be friends. I don't know how well they get along. I have to take her poop out. She's a little spitfire. He's more relaxed. So I'm gonna put her poop in the garbage. I gotta clean the kitchen. She's getting herself into everything today. And then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna see if he'll like to squeeze up off a spoon. Look at him, he's just relaxed. He's looking at her. I think he likes to see her. I think it makes him more comfortable. He's purring. Here, there's Temptations. Okay, I have to leave the room while she's on the other side of it, like away from the door. Sammy, Richard, you got food in there, okay? You can eat your food. Eat your food, Richard. There's little Eva. It's about 6 p.m. She just finished the food that's on the platter. I might put some more out. And I have some of the poop that Sammy just did in the litter box. I remembered that I wanted to take it in for a fecal test just to see what kind of parasites I'm dealing with these cats. So I'm gonna go put this in the car because, you know, I gotta be up early and leave early, and just in case I forget anything, I'd rather this was already in the car. It's 7:30 p.m. and it feels like it's 10:30 p.m. I'm so tired. I'm pretty much ready to go to bed. So the other cats just got crunchies, and I brought some snacks in here. I have some Sheba, some Squeeze Ups. There's a bag of Temptations in here, and there's a little bit of crunchies in a little plastic container. So I'm gonna see who wants what. Here's Sammy. She's relaxing comfortably in her bed. And this is her bowl. It's totally empty. So I'll give her some crunchies and a Sheba. I actually just gave her some crunchies and a Squeeze Up. So I'll put that under there, and if she eats it, good. Here's Richard. He's just hanging out. The rug he's on is kind of disheveled. I don't know what he's been doing. He doesn't look very happy. His ears are back. Let's see if he'll eat a Squeeze Up out of a spoon. It's going to be a rough night for him. Cats are not happy in cages like this. So I just put the spoon in the cage and he backed away. He's not very happy. He reminds me of Splash right now. Here, you want it? It's food. Okay, he has sent me. You want it? It's food. Let me put it down on the floor. He didn't eat any of the food that's on the floor. There's some dry food on the floor. He didn't eat anything in the bowl either. You don't want this? You don't want it? Sammy ate it. I'd like to put some towels in there or something else for him to lay on, maybe some wee-wee pads. But if I scoot him over to the other side, he'll be in the litter box. I just gave Richard a meaty stick. He was looking at it. He was thinking about it. So I popped it in the trap with him. It's on the floor in front of him. You probably can't see him. He's here. The meaty stick's there. So he's not going to be happy or comfortable. But he's smelling it. Is he going to eat it? He's smelling it. He's going to eat it. No, he's thinking about it. He was smelling it. Now he's just thinking about it. Well, it's there if he wants it. Sometimes you just got to loosen them up a little bit. Get them one thing that they'll eat, and then they'll eat more. You want to eat it? It's a meaty stick. Now, since he looks so much like Simba, I brought some dried sardines. I don't expect him to eat them out of my hand. I'm just going to drop them in there also. I tried giving him a dried sardine and a spoon, but he turns away. He's turning away. He's like, don't try to bribe me with dried sardines. So when we were outside, he really enjoyed playing with the feather toy on the wand. So I took it out, and he shows interest in it. And I poked the feather in the cage, and he was interested in it. See, he's watching it now. He's not just moping and sulking. I'm playing the stick under the rug game that Simba loves, where you take a toy stick and put it under the rug. And he's watching it. He's looking at it. He's like, what's going on? Well, is he going to attack it? So I got him to lick the meaty stick. Basically, I was using this, under the rug. And then I said, I'm just going to poke the meaty stick with this. And I pushed the meaty stick in front of him. And he's been licking it. He doesn't know how to eat it. Look at Sammy. You think she's comfortable? She's turned into a little princess. I just remembered that he's not supposed to eat past 8 p.m. or past 9 p.m. So I am going to go to bed, and that means I'm going to take the food out from the trap. I brought some fresh water, and I'm going to put the water in because he could have water. So I hope I don't scare him too much. It's 11:40. I got 1 hour of sleep. And these two were meowing, and he was banging on the crate. He's purring very loudly right now, and the two of them have been rubbing up against each other. She's rubbing on the crate, and he's rubbing on the inside. See, look. They're walking next to each other, and they're rubbing up against each other. So he was laying in the litter when I came in, and I was trying to feed him some spoons of squeeze up through the cage. He actually ate a few spoons of squeeze up from me. All right, you want to see him? Here. And that was interesting. Then he didn't want to eat anymore. And he likes rolling around in the litter. And she ate a squeeze up off the spoon right here. And I thought, well, if she's eating a squeeze up off the spoon here, maybe he'll see that it's okay, and maybe that's what happened. So he ate a few spoons of squeeze up, but he didn't finish a whole one, which is fine. And then I gave her some boiled chicken. Look at that. Come on. Be nice to each other. Be nice. So they'll rub up against each other, and then like someone will get hissy. I have a little bit of chicken left. I'll give that to her, and then hopefully she'll settle down. I went to bed around 10, and I ended up getting up at 11. I've been here with them probably like a half hour. I just want to calm them down enough so everyone could get sleep. And so he's not banging on the cages. I just don't want him, hurting himself. He purrs so loud. Both of these cats purr so loud. I just recovered him. She finished the chicken. Maybe she'll go back to bed. I just gave her some kitten crunchies. Maybe she'll eat those. Just a little bit. Because that's all I had left in here. She's smelling them. I put a squeeze up on the crunchies. Maybe she'll eat them now. I'll just put them under here with her. Move over. Okay. It's midnight. It's dark in here, so you probably can't see anything. The two of them were meowing a lot. So I came back in here, and I lifted the cover on the side of the crate and the trap because I think they wanted to see each other. And right now they're both quiet. Richard is purring really loudly, and I don't know where Sammy is. She's wandering around. She's inspecting the room. I'm trying to get some sleep. So far I've had an hour of sleep. And so what she's doing now, she's rubbing up against the trap, and he rubs against it on the inside. And they walk back and forth with each other. Yeah. He's been hissing at her a little bit, but obviously he doesn't like being in there. Here she is. Then she'll come and rub up against the day sofa, rub up against me. So, as long as they're quiet enough so I could get some sleep. Once again, I was trying to get some sleep, but they were making too much noise, so this is what's going on. I don't know if you could see it, but I had to put a towel down here next to the cage, or I keep calling it the cage. I can't even think straight. I'm so tired. So anyway, she's laying on it next to him. He's laying in the litter box, and she's laying here next to him. Maybe they're gonna like it better. Hanging out with each other. She has her paw on. Okay, someone just hissed, but someone's growling. But they seem happy, other than the hissing. So maybe she'll sleep here next to him. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.